Snoop Dogg was streaming. I think he was playing Halo. He was playing like Halo.
Snoop Dogg does everything.
No. He was playing like one of the Halo games, and like I think like his internet, it wasn't the internet. It was like the servers turned off or some shit, and like he said, "Man, fuck this," and he threw down the controller and he walks out and he leaves for like 3 hours or however fucking long, and like fucking hours he's gone, and like he doesn't turn off the stream, and then he comes back and
you think he forgot that he was streaming?
He didn't know, he didn't know he had to turn it off, and like so he comes back and he's like, "Oh, it's just still on. What the fuck?" And oh, Snoop Dogg, I love that man.
That's 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Ruse Radio. We're back at it again. It's been a minute. I was away for a little bit, but now I'm back, and I'm back with the fam. Who do we got with us today?
Beau.
This is Beau's second appearance on Ruse Radio, believe it or not. The first one is history. Beau, tell the people a little bit about yourself if they don't know who you are.
Oh, God. I don't know. I am a high school graduate. I am a fan of my dog.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell us, who's your dog?
Oh, that's Oscar.
Oscar? I thought Oscar was my dog.
Oh, well, you see, well, no, because Bailey was my dog, and then, since we got Oscar, because, Bailey, so then Oscar would be my dog. But, you just have him.
Okay. It was, from my understanding, Oscar was inherited by me.
Well, no, it's more like we moved out together, and then... you just kind of stole him, and,
okay.
It's fine that you have him. Like, it's totally okay. Like, you're taking care of him, and I appreciate that, but, just know he loves me more than you. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I feed him. I give him shelter. I think he recognizes these things.
Well, yeah, no, he's still grateful for you, but just know he'll always love me more than you.
Okay, noted. Man, well, what a way to start off. Nice to see you, Beau.
Yeah.
I mean, that is up for debate, I will say. I mean, I don't know if we're going to write that in the law or anything, what you just said.
I don't think it's really debatable. I think if Oscar were to come in here, I think he were to immediately come up to me and tell me that he loves me more than you, he would say it with his own little dog mouth.
He would come in here and he would tell us that?
He would.
I don't know if he would do that.
He wouldn't. Well, maybe he wouldn't, because he's pretty polite. He wouldn't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, okay. Now, that might be true. He is very polite.
He's very respectful.
So, it could be the case that he loves you more than me, but he's not telling me because he's a dog?
Yeah, it could be that, yeah. Could be.
Okay. Well,
not because he's a dog, but because he's polite. He's a good dog.
Yeah.
He's a kind dog. He wouldn't want to hurt your feelings.
For those that don't know, Oscar is a beautiful little mountain feist dog, which for those that don't know is not a real breed. Did you know this? It's not like an actual breed.
Are you lying?
I mean, it's a made up breed for a mix of two different types of dogs.
What's the mix?
I can't remember, but it's two different types of dogs.
Why would you tell me that?
Because
I know the mix.
Because I looked it up once, and it was like because people ask, but it's not like it's like somebody breeded two dogs and mixed them together, and then they called that mountain feist, But it's not like they just called it that.
So then, okay, but then they made a new breed because they bred these two different breeds.
Sure.
That literally, that's how it fucking works.
Yeah, you could say that. But I mean, is that really how you make the breed?
How do you think a new species? You know what? Yes,
I mean, I guess that's how marijuana strains are made. If that is true, you just cross two different types of things and then you got a new one. I mean, that's not how humans work, right? You can't just cross breeds and then call that a new breed.
I think that's a little too political.
I don't know.
I think it's a little too political.
That's an interesting way to look at things. Like Like if you're like half Mexican, half white, you should be your own thing, right? Like that should be its own thing. Like we should give that its own thing.
I think you're gonna get canceled.
I'm just saying, like it's to be mixed is cool, but what if it's like, you know, a certain type of mix would be like its own. Like, yo, bro, you're half Mexican, half black, me too. We're like the same. I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
is that how we're saying dog breeds work? Right? Is that what we're saying?
I don't know how we got here.
This is science right here. I'm making a scientific breakthrough early in the podcast is what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm figuring something out right here. So we need crossbreed humans is what we need. I think we need to write this down into paper.
That sounds a little too much like
crossbreed? I like that. I like the sound of it.
I don't like.
I feel like
the sound
nobody's
of that.
really said that before.
It sounds a bit like the designer babies, you know, all of that.
Oh,
you know?
no, but I'm not saying anything unnatural. I'm just saying a new classification. Like, you know, like...
It sounds like some unnatural.
No, I'm saying, like, we already got
You're creating
the
a new
ingredients.
breed of human?
Yeah, but we already got the ingredients. We already got the whole palette laid out for us. We're not making anything new. It's just like we're like reconfiguring the...
Wait. You're correlating breed to race?
What's the difference if we're using...
Okay, no.
What's the difference right now?
I can't even go along with that anymore.
What's the difference?
No. I'm stopping that there.
Wait a minute. What's the difference between a breed of a human and the breed of an animal?
Well,
how would you classify the breed of a human?
I mean, because there's like, wasn't there like different like species of humans before like the
Okay.
Like there's like Neanderthals and all that shit. Like
now that's
a different breed of human.
But that doesn't line up with my theory, though.
Right. You're going with race, and I don't think that's right.
I'm just saying to classify things in a different... Because, like, listen, it's like a dog breed. That's all I'm saying, okay? Like, I wasn't saying...
Well, I mean, dog breeds are, like, different in, like, size and, like, stature, which different races aren't really that. It's more so different, you know, like, we're different from, like, cave people, you know?
Like a Neanderthal.
Yeah, like a Neanderthal. Like, we're not...
Like Lucy. I'm trying to think. There's that cave person named Lucy. You know what I'm talking about?
No. What are you
There's
talking
like one of the oldest cave people. I learned about this. Shout out Mr. Fuller. Shout out Mr. Fuller from high school.
Fuck, I love that guy.
Yeah, but he taught me about that. He taught me about Lucy, the cave person. Because I remember they like figured out what was in their tummy when they died and everything. It was like... I'm not making anything up, but I might be misremembering this part. But I think it was like mammoth or something was like what they ate before they died. I might be wrong on that. But the song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, as Mr. Fuller said it, was based on this particular Lucy. If I am correct. I might be wrong.
I thought it was about acid.
Could also be true, but Mr. Fuller would never tell us that.
That's true.
He would never say those words.
I don't think he would
He's a respectable
man.
He's a trooper. He's a real trooper.
He's a real one.
Again, Frederick Fuller, shout out the homie.
Frederick Fuller.
That man, I wrote a rap for his birthday even once. I still have a rap that I wrote for his birthday one year. Because I've been at this for a minute, you know, so I was writing raps in high school, and I remember I did one rap for Mr. Fuller. I did a couple raps for his class, because I did one for one of the medieval days.
Did you have him for law? What'd you have him for?
History.
History.
I think Michigan? I had him for law as well.
Did you have him for U.S. history or Michigan history?
Good question. I think it was Michigan history. But I might be wrong. I just don't think I had him for U.S. history. I know I had him for some law class. No, I had him for like world history or something because we were doing medieval stuff.
He taught world history?
I don't know. I just know we were doing like stuff that was with way back in time. He taught me about Hammurabi and he kept playing that one song. What's it called? Constantinople, you know, Istanbul was Constantinople.
Yeah, it's Istanbul.
Then Constantinople got the works.
Yeah, it's Istanbul by like they were giants.
Something like that.
I think it's something like that.
They were the giants or something.
Like
I can't remember what the artist.
I know it was in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, was it really?
Yes,
That's not a very popular song.
That was in the first season of the Umbrella Academy. It was in one of the first fight scenes with one of the kids.
I did not know this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was a good fight scene.
I've been recommended that show by Mom.
Yeah, I got Mom to watch it.
Mom told me, you would like this show.
Yeah.
It seems like something you would like.
I also got her to watch the series of Unfortunate Events. I didn't think she would...
The Netflix show?
Yeah, the Netflix show.
It was all right. I didn't finish it.
Oh.
Is it over now?
Yes.
It's been over for a minute,
Yes, they finished it. I mean, did you...
I watched the first half. I watched up to that Mill one.
I mean, I know you read some of the books.
I read all the books.
You read all the books? Okay, yeah. I was going to ask you if you finished it.
I don't remember them super well, but I read all of them.
So do you remember how it ends?
Yes.
We won't spoil it. Don't
no
spoil
spoilers.
it. Yeah, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. I barely remember, but I remember, like, things.
No, but that was I think you should finish the Netflix series.
I liked the Netflix series, because did you see the movie? The film
with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It could have been so much better.
Well, yeah, no. See, that came out when we were kids. And, like, it's just, it's... Like, it was a good movie when we were kids, but, like, being a fan of the books and the series, it's a poor adaptation, I think. I think it doesn't really do the story justice.
Yeah, I agree. I just thought that, like, because they tried to, I remember they tried, because, dude, like, if I'm reading a book and I find out they're making a movie, I'm, like, excited. I'm like, this is awesome now. Because, especially as a kid, it's like, oh, yeah, like, I read that, and now it's going to be freaking real.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with the Inkheart movie, but the Inkheart movie was bad. Like, compared to the book, it was bad.
Yeah.
It bothered me how off it was. But, because I loved those books.
Yeah.
But the movie for, I was going to say Lemony Snicket's. The movie for Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events was, I just feel like it was... they combined the first 3 books.
Yeah, it was the first 3 books.
And they didn't even do it in order.
No.
They ended with the wedding, which was from the first book.
Yeah, that was at the end of the first book.
Yeah. And I didn't like that. I remember as a kid thinking, like, that was so lame.
Yeah, same.
Like, they could have done so much more.
Right.
But the Netflix series is the exact opposite. Like, they literally go through each one. And they don't do every detail, but they got the tone so much better and all that.
Yeah.
It's like a little... from what I remember seeing, it was a little bit, like... corny, but not corny to the point where it's like... You know, because the book is kind of corny. Like, that's kind of the joke.
Yeah, no,
the joke is that it's corny and that it's, like, tongue-in-cheek in that way.
Well,
like a series of unfortunate events. Like the name.
I really liked, I mean, like, when I was a kid, I liked the Lemony Snicket's narration through, like, his narration through the series.
Yeah.
Just, like... anyway, so, but...
you just mean the way the book is written?
Yeah, how the book is written. Like, it has a narrator.
Yeah.
It's told in, like, from that perspective. What is it? It's a framed tale, whatever that is. I don't remember English.
I don't know.
Like, I liked how
I know what you're saying. Like, it's a story that's being told from the perspective of, like, not even third person, but, like, a character in the story is telling the story.
Yeah, well...
And, the character is telling it in hindsight, even.
Yeah. And that's how Lemony Snicket's he's in the series, which is pretty cool. Like, he's a character in the show, like, he's in the series. Like, it's cool. Which I don't remember if that was in the books or not. Like, I really don't remember if that was a part of the books.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know though, because I thought the film did the same thing. The original film.
I don't think it had Lemony Snicket in it.
Maybe not.
No.
Who plays Lemony Snicket? Oh, it's that one dude.
It's the one dude.
I have no clue what his name is, though.
I always want to call him...
Black-haired guy that I'm pretty sure is Kronk. Right? Isn't that Kronk from Emperor's New Groove? I think it is.
No, isn't that Joe Swanson?
Aren't they the same guy?
No. Wait. No, but that's not the guy that's in the series of Unfortunate Events. That's not him.
It's not Joe Swanson?
No, I don't think it's Joe. I think it's Joe Swanson.
I think
you might be right. You might be right.
I think it's the same guy. That guy's in a lot of things.
Yeah, you might be right.
Kronk. That's a great movie, too.
Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Wasn't that a series, too? Yeah,
but I forgot the series was called.
Emperor's... Wasn't it just Emperor's New Groove?
No. They must have had a different name.
Are you sure?
I mean, if it was the same name, I mean, come on.
God, I wish you had a Jamie.
That's so funny that you say that. Every single time I'm setting up beforehand and I have another person here, like, 'cause since it was you, it didn't really matter as much. But I'm always, like, finishing up, so I'm like, man, I wish I had a Jamie that could do all this stuff for me. Every single time I say that. Like, I'm like, you know Joe Rogan? And then I say that. Because, like, for real, like, that'd be so nice. I mean, I have the computer right here. I could look it up. I could physically, but I mean,
like, I could Google it on my phone, but that's not as fun.
That's not as fun.
No.
Hey, if anybody in the comment section or anybody listening to this wants to let me know, what was the question again? I forgot.
Is the guy that plays Lemony Snicket Joe Swanson?
Yeah, is that the same guy?
Is Lemony Snicket Joe Swanson?
And is Joe Swanson Kronk? Are they the same guy? Because I might be crossing some wires here.
See, I always want to call that guy Brandon Fraser, but I know that's not him. I know that's not his name. I know that's a completely different actor, but, like, they're just so similar, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. It's not the same guy, though. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those actors that you just don't know his name. I feel like it's one of those people that's like everybody forgets their name. I think it's one of those guys.
Yeah. I feel like that's how Brandon Fraser was for a bit, but
no, Brandon Fraser's got a whole Reddit.
No, I feel like people really came around. They started loving Brandon Fraser again because he wasn't really appreciated for a while.
Yeah, the whole story of Brandon Fraser is pretty funny. Yeah, because like I don't know how much of it is a meme and how much of it is like people genuinely like concerned for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because like, you know, I've seen a lot of like people who it seems like they're playing into a joke, but then there's other people where it's like they're legitimately like, where is Brandon Fraser? And then you like, I remember one time I saw a clip of him and he seemed sad. And I was like, man, maybe there really is something going on with him. But now he's got movies again.
Does he? Is he actually?
Yeah, I think Reddit did it. I think Reddit gave it the whole, you know.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the same guy that was in the, was it Brandon Fraser? It might have been Brandon Fraser. It was either Brandon Fraser or the same guy that plays Lemony Snicket. But he's in Community. He's one of the custodian people. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
That'd be funny if he was on Community.
Imagine it's a different guy, but they all look super similar.
So there's like 3 different people.
It's 3 different people.
Yeah, all white people look the same.
I mean, what can I say?
What can I say? They don't even look different to me.
Did you ever finish Community?
No, I didn't. That's a great show. I would recommend it to anybody listening. I enjoy Community, but I have not finished it. Beau has. Beau's watched all of Community, and she would also recommend it.
I would highly recommend Community.
Who's your favorite character, though? That's the real question.
Abed.
You said that with no hesitation, too.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
Yeah.
Even the first season, I've seen some great moments.
You know, Britta's pretty cool, but, you know, Abed.
You know what's weird is, like, those actors, other than Donald Glover, haven't really done much other than that show.
Chevy Chase?
Well, yeah, and I'm talking about, like, beyond, like, the people who are popularized by the show, because not including, like, the mom from Drake and Josh, and not including the...
What's his name? Ken Jeong? He's on a...
Yeah, but he was on The Hangover before that, wasn't he?
No, that was like a...
Or that was before?
That was mid-show.
Oh.
Because they make, there's like, ones, I think they come back, like, it's like the beginning of a season, and like, he blew up from a commercial that he was in, like, where he just went, ham, girl, and anyway.
And that's the joke.
Yeah, so he gets famous from that, and then he comes back. Anyway,
that's
a joke.
If anybody here hasn't seen Community, that's basically the entire humor of the show is, like, tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Like, they're poking fun at the audience. That's why the show's so good, because it was written so well. But it's one of those shows where I know it's like Lost. Like if I watch it, I know I'm like one of those people. I watch it and I'll get emotionally invested, and then I know it'll get worse. It
comes back around though.
Yeah,
the ending's pretty good. I liked the last season,
and it's not super long. It's not like that '70s show. Like that '70s show is good for a while, and then it just goes.
I don't remember if we talked about this last time, but The Good Place.
Oh, I loved that ending.
That's another one of those shows that just doesn't drag on.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a perfect show. Like,
I mean, like, it's one of the most perfect shows I've seen in terms of pacing.
Yeah.
Because every single season felt like it was, like, they always felt fresh, but also, like, but it's a very, it's a show about ideas. So for them to do that in such a way was pretty cool because it's like, I don't know, most comedy shows aren't even like that deep. They're just, you know, very basic, like just sitcom-y almost in terms of just how nothing really moves forward. And I think that they did it so well. And like you just said, it ends at such a time where it's like, that felt right.
No.
Because it could have went on for way too long.
No.
And my favorite character in that show is most definitely Jason.
Oh, yes,
most definitely.
Yeah.
But I also really do like, I haven't watched it in a minute, Computer Girl, Janet. Janet is my close second. Yeah. Which, of course, I mean, they got to be right next to each other. It's only natural.
What about Michael? Oh, wait. What about the bad place guy? What's his name?
Oh, he's great, but no.
Ben Wyatt. What's his name?
Is that his name?
No. That's the
actor?
It's the actor and his name in Parks and Rec.
He plays that character so well. Because he really seems like just a douche.
See, but I feel like he plays a douche so well because he was a douche. He was the douchey brother in Step Brothers.
Was he in Step Brothers?
He was the douchey brother in Step Brothers. Remember when he's like punched me in the abs?
I thought you were talking about dorky bad
Adam
place
Scott,
dude.
that's his
You're
name.
talking about Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. That's
I
his
thought
name.
you were talking about dorky dude who was Michael's nemesis guy. You know, thin guy, black hair. He always talked kind of dorky like this.
Yeah, he was from the company.
He's the same. He's also really good at playing but he's a different kind of bad. He's like boring douche. Like, oh my God, just shut up. But like Adam Scott is like, I want to punch you in the face type douche.
Yeah.
Like when he plays a douche, it's like, oh my God, like just the level of that scene in The Good Place where he's out to eat with Eleanor, you know, and she's they're on the double date. Mm-hmm. That, in particular, is some of Adam Scott's douchiness highlighted so well. Because he's literally, that's his whole character in that scene, is just be the biggest possible douche you can be.
Yeah.
It's like they saw Step Brothers, and they were like, how do we take this and, like, make him 10 times worse?
Yeah.
Because Step Brothers, he's so bad. That's the first time I ever saw him was that movie.
The car scene.
Dude!
I'm singing in the car.
Dude, that's his introduction. That's his character's introduction.
That's the introduction?
Yeah, that's the first time you see him. They're all in the car. And, bum, 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 bum.
That's it. Yeah. That's a great introduction into his character.
She's got a smile! Fucking, that is so perfect, dude. And he plays it so well.
He does.
He plays it so well.
Oh, he's such a good douchebag.
He really is. He really is. And then his wife starts singing, and he's like, didn't I tell you how to sing?
That's a great movie.
That really is. Like that, because, you know, we were just talking earlier, and I was saying how Knocked Up, like, didn't age as well for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I can go back and I can watch Knocked Up, and it's not as funny. I can go back and watch Step Brothers, and it's just as funny.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you cannot ground me on Shark Week. Don't put your balls in my drum set. Did you teabag my drum set?
I know you touched my drum set.
No, did you teabag my drum set? That's it.
It's such a good movie. The fight scene in the front yard, the slow motion
sleepwalking,
the
sleepwalking. The part where they train in the let's do karate in the garage.
Are they using power tools?
The Catalina wine mixer. That whole scene. When Adam Scott, I don't want to spoil anything, but when he has there's an emotional moment, I felt that. That's such a good movie. That's one of my favorite comedies as well. Like film, that's got to be on top. And Will Ferrell, sometimes he's a bit much for me, but like, dude, he is probably one of the best comedic actors there are. Him, Jack Black, those are like the two that are popping right in my brain.
Jamie Foxx.
That they rarely but he's not really comedic. He does comedy, but he's not really a comedic actor.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, like Jack Black, he's mainly comedy. Will Ferrell, he's mainly comedy. But like every comedy they're in, even if it's a bad comedy, it's like I can at least trust that you're gonna be funny. Yeah, because I like you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Get Hard. Like Get Hard might be a silly movie.
I was going to say that. I don't know if I talked about this with you the other day.
He's the whole movie is just Will Ferrell.
Like, I don't really like Kevin Hart's stand-up.
Right.
Well, I don't like his stand-up.
No.
But I think he's a funny dude. I think he's a
nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's he's a very motivational person. I think he's a good guy. Just like listen to him talk. But
well, in interviews, you'd be surprised. Like he's insightful.
Yeah. No, I like I said, he's a good dude to like just listen to talk.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I don't know if I'm wording that right. But no, I don't really like his stand-up. But in that movie, he's just so fucking funny. I don't know if it's because he's with Will Ferrell and like just I don't know if it's because I just like Will Ferrell. But like that movie's just so funny.
I think I do like Kevin Hart, to be honest. Like I think like it's like what you just said. Like his stand-up's not as good, but like dude, I'm like a little kid when it comes to like dude, if you just make a funny face, I mean, okay. I can go with that. Like it's when Kevin Hart's is being ridiculous. Like that's when I can't. But if it's just like we're just being silly. Like I mean, okay, I can elevate my suspense. Like there's that movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock. That's not bad. That's not bad.
What movie?
I can't remember what it was, but it's like Kevin Hart and The Rock, and they're like partners. There's also those movies with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. And their partners.
Also, Charlie Day. He's another one of those great actors.
Yeah, he does not fail. About that. He does not fail.
What was that one movie where he had to fight Ice-T, or like he was gonna fight Ice-T?
I didn't see that. I know what you're talking about. It's Fight Day.
Yeah, I watched that with Dad.
Was it good?
Oh, it was good. I don't remember most of it, but it was funny.
That was a couple of years ago when that came. I remember when it came out.
Oh,
I wanted to see it.
Yeah. Because
he's good. Like he's good.
Yeah, I love Charlie Day.
I just believe him when he's like, I believe him. Like in Always Sunny, I believe him. Mm-hmm. I just believe that that's who he is. In fact, Charlie from Always Sunny is Charlie Day to me.
Yeah. See, that's how I feel about all the characters, and I don't think that's good, because like seeing Dennis as a serial killer just isn't that great. Like, I know he's not that guy. Yeah, but he might as well be. He might as well be. I mean, he is a golden god. Oh, did you hear about that one? What is he? Armie Hammer. He was like, I don't know. He was in that one movie, Call Me by Your Name. Dude was like a legit cannibal. Oh no, really? Like I don't know if he like actually ate people. That's whack. Like I don't allegedly. Like I don't know if it was like confirmed. But like. Dude, like text, like messages were released, like like leaked messages, and it was like how he was saying how he wanted to eat this bitch, and like but maybe he was just he was like I want to like smash your skull and like fuck your brain, and like it was like that. See, but that's not. Oh, but yeah. And then there was another thing. I don't know if this is true. Is this all he said? Is that all he said? So that was released. That was no. There was a lot. There was a lot. That was just what I remember. That's like walking the line. No, there was a lot. It was like very like he said like he ate animal heart at some point. Like I think he said that. I think that was part of it. Allegedly. I don't know about this guy. I don't want Armie Hammer to come after me. But like was he bragging? Was he like, yeah, bruh? No, he was like flirting with a girl. He was like, I wanna like bad moves. I wanna kill you and eat your corpse. Like, oh man. Not a good kink. No. I mean, if it's a kink, it's not a good kink. I mean, that's the best I could say. No, like that's just Yeah, I don't know about all that. Man, why would he say all that? I don't know. Like, hey, little mama, guess what I did? Guess what I want to do? I want to kill you and eat you. Like, imagine having the balls to say it. Like, I mean, yeah. It's like, that's my litmus test. That's how I know that a girl is down. The Dennis system. It's the Dennis system. I just say, hey, baby, listen, I'm a little extreme. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I could eat you. And then now we know whether or not she's my type. Like, I mean, that's the best I could say. I mean, yeah. Because beyond that, it's like, why in the world would you ever say that to anybody, even as, like, flirting? Like, But as a celebrity, like, what if that ever leaked? Like, how wouldn't you be scared of that ever leaking? Like,
I feel like once you're a celebrity, you probably, like, you would think that way, but, I mean, you probably also feel this sense of, like, you're untouchable. Like, because you're a celebrity now.
You got that God complex.
Yeah. Like, I think that's why a lot of that stuff happens, you know?
That's why he wants to eat people.
I mean, that probably was already there. That might have been sitting in the back of the brain for a while. Usually you don't wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm a little hungry.
Usually, but occasionally it can happen.
It can happen. It can happen to the best of us. It happens to the best of us, you know? Every now and then you fall in a little bit of a slump.
You get a little,
you get a little bit of that, taste of silver in your mouth.
Oh my God.
You know, you gotta have a bite. I've heard that people taste like chicken. This is what I've heard. This is not something I know for a fact, but I've read it. And I've seen it in documentary.
You see, I was talking to one of my managers at work, and she said that the most interesting book that she ever read, it was a biography. Is that the word? Biography or autobiography?
Autobiography is when you write it about yourself.
Autobiography. It was an autobiography by the guy who collected all of the bones from Jeffrey Dahmer's house and, like, had to put them together, like, piece together skeletons and shit.
Okay.
She said that was the most interesting book she ever read.
Interesting.
Imagine
I wonder what that would be
job. Like, how do you even piece together, like, because you gotta, like, would you need to collect, like, DNA samples from each of the bones and then match them like that?
Talk about a jigsaw puzzle. Man, where do you even start?
Those are some pretty good movies, Saw.
Yeah. It'd be like, you get the niece and nephew, and you're like, all right, guys, I got a good one. Listen, we got some bones.
Oh, my God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get started with that? And where do you go? Because, like, I mean, I have to imagine you got, like, a skull here and a femur here, and it's like, I don't even know if these are the same body. Because I've always wondered that, too, is, like, how do you figure out, like, do bones connect like that? Is that how they figure that out? Like, how do you identify a body that is decayed?
I don't...
You know, there's people who specialize in that.
See, I think that's so weird when, like, you know how, like, people gotta, like, identify... Sorry, this is getting morbid. But, like, you know how, like, people gotta, like, identify corpses after, like, like, they get murdered, and, like, you know, like, they gotta figure out if it's, like, a family member or, like, whatever. Like, someone has to come in and identify a corpse. Like, how can you just bring in a civilian to, like, look at a corpse? And, like, what if it's not that person and they're just looking at some random dead body? Like...
Yeah. It's funny. Like, oh, no, that's not them. Like, oh, okay, I can go home now. I guess you're the wrong guy.
Like, that's so...
That would be traumatizing, wouldn't it?
That'd be so traumatizing.
If you got called into the police office and you're like, man, I hope I'm not in trouble. And then you get there and they're like, they lead you to a body... And it's a stranger, and you're like, no, and then you leave. I'd be like, I didn't think I was going to see a body today. Like,
yeah.
That would be an experience. Because the thing is, like, I have to imagine, like, mom's a nurse. Mm-hmm. There's people who work around death quite a bit. Mm-hmm. But, like, for someone like me, I find it very off-putting. Like, if I were to see a dead body, or even someone who is, like, dying, it's just very, it's just strange. Because if you work around that type of thing, or if you're working like a cemetery, it's probably much different the way that you process anything like that. You know, it's not like as just a body. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't see that all the time, it's like So if someone were to call me in and I saw a body, I'd be like, that would ruin my day.
I don't know.
If I found a body, like if I were going for a walk and I found a body, I feel like that would definitely throw me off.
I think it'd throw me off. It'd be a little traumatizing, but I mean, I wanted to be a mortician or like a funeral home director, whatever you want to call it. Like, I wanted to embalm bodies basically for a hot minute. That was a career I was looking at. But I don't think death is such a scary thing, or like seeing a dead body that's... I mean, it's just a person that lost their life. It's just a sack of meat at that point, but, like, it's still a human being. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's that, it's not that weird.
Well, I don't know. I remember, I heard, I forget who it was. I think it was Giannis Papas. He was on a podcast with Lex Friedman. Giannis Papas, he's great. I'd recommend History Hyenas. But he was on a podcast, and he was talking, I think it was him, and he's talking about how he had somebody who was dying when he was young, or his grandpa or somebody like that, and that naturally set forth the thought of like, oh, this person's going to die, I have to think about that. And then naturally you think, oh, my parents are going to die, I'm going to have to think about that. And then you think, oh, I'm going to die, I have to think about that. And so now, naturally, you have to put your foot down. I was just hitting it because it was, I hit it anyway.
Switch feet.
But I just think that, like, I never really had that thought growing up. I never really thought about that too much. Even when people die, I don't think about my own mortality that much. It's just something that doesn't really ever, maybe it hits me sometimes, but it's just very hard to even comprehend. And I think that's why death has always been such a strange thing to me, or just the idea of a dead person. It's just hard to even comprehend the concept of non-existence. I mean, obviously, but I think that, yeah, I don't know. It's not really like, it's a hard thought exercise for me to even have, because I don't know where to go with it. I mean, my brain has never known what to do with it. Because, yeah, you could just say, oh, you live and you die, and that's great, and that it gives purpose to life. But at the same time, it's like, it's just it's an endless question.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only thing ensured in life is that one day you won't have it. That one day you won't be living. That's the only thing that for sure will ever happen, that's ever confirmed in life, is that you are going to die. Like, that's the only thing you could ever truly expect. Like, you don't know when it's going to happen, but it will. But,
for sure.
But, like, you can't, like, if you spend your entire life, like, fearing that day, like what's going to happen when you die, what's going to happen in the afterlife, like, you need to care about, like, what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Like, make your time on the planet worth it, but, like, you shouldn't, I mean, I don't want to get all religious or force my religious beliefs on anyone, but I don't think you should limit how you live your life based on how you want to live your afterlife. I don't think it's correlated.
I think, I don't know. I've battled.
I just bonked this with my head. My bad.
I've battled with the concept, because I used to think that religion was mainly existing for a sense of comfort, to give people, like, you know, oh, well, this is why we shouldn't do bad things.
Right.
This is why bad things exist. And also, this gives us answers to things we don't have answers to.
Yeah.
Like, it just exists for comfort. But, you know, I find that, like, just even the sense of, like, spirituality, or just the sense of believing in some sort of supreme being or state, or something greater than just to say that human existence is obsolete, in that you exist simply to exist and then you die. You know, it's just, for me, those things have never rang as true as some idea of something existing. So, you know, I've never believed in, I don't think, God per se, but I do think that, like, to believe in God, or to believe in some kind of being like that, I mean, it's very similar to spirituality, or just, you know, anything like that. Like, I think it's the belief in the human spirit. And I think that, you know, to me, at least, the idea of God is just the very sense of being itself. Like, that is God. The fact that you exist, and you wake up, and you breathe, and you have, consciousness. That is a gift from God, if there is a God. Because what else is God? And so, I don't necessarily look at, like, religion that way anymore, because I truly think there is something deeper there than just, like, people searching for comfort. That's what I used to think, and I really think it's more than that. I think that, you know, life has to be greater than something, and it's not even just about like a code to follow. It's bigger than that, you know. It's like there's just something within the human spirit, I think, that craves that kind of thing naturally. And like, sure, you don't have to worry about your afterlife, but you would want to live in a way that would embrace that light, you know? You still want to live in a way that would be positive in the light of whatever being you do truly believe in, because to live in such a way that is not that is just, it's detrimental to the very being of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to live to better everyone, not just ourselves. And so, yeah, it's great to feel good, but it's like, I think the idea of religion or the idea of following something like that is almost like we must live in a way that betters all of us, not just ourselves, right? Because that is the real thing.
I mean, yeah, but what's the Bo Burnham thing, like, from the one song, From God's Perspective?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what the song is about exactly.
I mean, it's just from God's perspective. Like, the line's like something like, you shouldn't need, like, 500 pages just to know, like, not how to be a dick. Like,
yeah, and I think a lot of religion is, or at least a lot of, like, the teachings in Christianity are,
I mean, not even just necessarily targeting Christianity.
No, but I'm saying what I'm familiar with.
Right.
But I think a lot of the teachings in Christianity do tend to lean towards, like, you know, kind of basic morals.
Yeah.
Or like,
yeah,
not
but
even,
then they don't. I don't want to.
I mean,
I don't want to attack the Christians, but
trust me,
love
it is
thy
not
neighbor.
unpopular. It is not unpopular to dislike Christianity in 2021. I can promise you that. Like, I'm saying the more controversial thing than you are.
I mean, yeah.
I promise.
Okay, fair enough.
Like Chris Pratt went up on stage and said, like, he loves God, and people got mad. Like, you remember that?
No.
It was some award ceremony, and his speech was just about how we need to have God back in Hollywood or something. But, like, honestly, I respected that. I thought, like, yeah, man, like, go up there and say your piece, and if that's what it is, that's fine. Like, people are so anti-God nowadays, it's actually kind of weird to me. Like, people reject Christianity. They get mad at it. That's why I say what I say about it, you know, because I don't want people to think that way.
I mean, I just don't need a religion in my media. I don't need you know, like how Scientology makes its own fucking movies and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see that.
That's
shit.
weird. But I've had this theory recently, and I really think it's true. I think science has become its own religion. Like, it's almost like a form of atheism. Like, to believe in science as a religion is almost a form of atheism. Because it's like, no, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any of that. I just believe in, like, what's real and what is science.
Facts and logic.
Yeah, for real, though. Like, I feel like that in itself is its own religion. Because, like, you can do that. Though, if we're talking Ben Shapiro, I'm pretty sure he's... what is he?
I didn't mean to bring up
I think he's a Jew. I think he believes in, whatever...
Isn't he? I think he's
He wears the thing. Yeah, he wears the thing all the time. You know what's so funny is it blends in with his hair, so I didn't notice for a while. The yarmulke. I didn't notice for a really long time until he was on Joe Rogan, and he had it on under the headphones. And I was like, okay.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. I mean, hey. What are you gonna do?
Is that controversial? Is that controversial to say that's funny? Is that?
No, it's not controversial to dislike Ben Shapiro at all. I don't even necessarily dislike him. I know you do, but it's not necessarily. It's not controversial.
He looks like a little weasel.
He is a little weasel.
Yeah.
He is. Like, I mean, dude, any of those, like, I just respect any internet personality. I mean, that's kind of the stance I take. Like, anybody who's putting themselves out there in that way.
Anybody?
Yeah, anybody. I mean, I think to put I will say some people say things I don't agree with, but I think to put yourself out there on the internet and...
What about, like, the fucking, like, Joey Salads type?
He's cool. He's a memer. Dude, that type of content has to exist to give us balance.
No,
it's yin and yang.
Before he was made into a meme. Before he was made
you mean like before H3 did the video?
Yeah, pre-H3. Yeah. He was just annoying. Like, he was just a shitty, like, YouTuber. Like, I don't think you can say, like, you just respect every YouTuber, because, like, some of them are just, they're just little clout goblins. Like, they're only in it for the clout.
I will say, I would never advocate for somebody who is directly being advocating violence, or is I mean, basically that. Anybody who would just advocate violence with their platform. Well, I would not support that, and I would not want to defend that. But really, anything beyond that, it's like, come on. Like, what's the internet for? Like, we're just posting things, we're expressing ourselves. Yeah, sure, Joey Salads is annoying, but, like, have you not met annoying people? Like, do those people not exist?
Well, no. Like, he used to be, like, one of those, like, little, like, one of, like, the prank channels, and...
Oh, I know how bad he was. I mean, he was straight up just making race bait. That's why H3 exposed him.
Right. But I mean, like, just recently, I know there was a Twitch streamer that got banned because, like, all he would do was, like, walk around New York and, like, he would, like, harass women.
I don't know this guy.
Well, he would, like, harass women, or, like, he would just, or people would donate, like, money, and he'd have, like, the text-to-speech donations, and, like, people were, like, saying, like, bomb threats, which that's what he got arrested for, was making bomb threats. But, like...
Go figure.
But, like, every time he was like, oh, guys, that was so fucking funny, like, oh, like, it's just...
Yeah, not a good move. Like, not the move.
Like...
See, but that's advocating violence.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Because, I mean, and also, it's... The disrespecting women, it's... Oh, I don't like that.
Nah.
I don't like... That's iffy. Because it's like... It's like he is harassing people in public. So, yeah, I don't know about that.
No, like, dude.
Because that's not somebody alone in their house making content, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not them just putting themselves out into the world. That's like them directly interacting with the world in a negative way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. And Twitch has created this strange atmosphere for all that kind of stuff, too. You know, I used to, like, I used to not take 4chan as serious. And I still don't take it super serious, because a lot of the stuff they do is just trying to, like, poke at people. Like, I think it was it the 24th today, or is that tomorrow? Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like a stupid 4chan joke that got on TikTok, and it's so funny, because I've twice now seen people post on Facebook, if I see anybody going out and trying to mess with any girls on the 24th, I'm gonna mess you up. And it's like, bro... Dude, like, that post is exactly why they made the joke. Like, I understand that you think it's a bad joke, but, like, you are falling for it by posting that. Because they are not going to go out and rape people on the 24th. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a terrible joke.
I mean...
But that's exactly what 4chan wants.
Nah. You say that, but there's always going to be that one person or those couple of people that will. There's always those couple of people that go out and do it. Like, you remember, like, the fucking, like, the clown thing? Like, I think it was, like, 2016 when, like, there was fucking clowns everywhere.
I feel as if that maybe had exaggerated by media.
No. I mean, like, I feel like there was, like, one, like, clown sighting. Like, there was, like, a...
I know what you're talking about.
Like, one person was, like, walking around, like, as a clown.
Yeah.
Like, and it was, like, a joke. And then, like, suddenly a bunch of people were doing it. I don't know if you want to, like...
I know what you're talking about.
Compare that to the same thing, but it's like once like one person even like says it, even or like does it, even as a joke, like more people are just gonna do it, and like I don't know.
I understand what you're saying, but then again,
even just joking about rape, like that's just not even fucking funny.
I agree.
If you, I don't know. It's just, it's so fucking gross. Like, it's obviously coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't have to fear that kind of fucking thing.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
It's disgusting. Yeah. It's disgusting. And I don't know. I don't fuck with that shit. It makes me mad. It genuinely makes me mad.
I agree that it's negative energy.
It's negative energy, and it gives me negative energy.
I agree.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm getting heated.
Well, I mean, listen. I totally agree with you on a moral level. Like, I don't agree with the joke I wouldn't make the joke. But it's also the case where it's like, guns don't kill people, people kill people, right? Like, are we going to blame a joke? Like, jokes don't kill people, jokes don't rape people, people rape people. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but saying on the 24th, we're going to go out and rape people. This is the National Rape Day. Haha.
Bad joke.
And people are just supposed to take it as a joke and think it's funny. And when women are upset about it, or when people are just upset about it, oh, you're just a special little snowflake. You're just getting upset about our joke. Like, you just obviously can't handle our humor. My dark sense of humor.
It's just stupid is what it is. Like, it's just like the lowest brow humor you could possibly come up with.
Like, it's not even funny.
It's not even funny. And the problem with it is that's all you can say. Like, when somebody says, hey, that's offensive, you just go,
but that's why they're doing it, though. Like,
that's what I'm saying, though. That's why they're doing it. They want you to do that.
They literally, they want the attention. Yeah. They want the conflict.
Like, the worst thing you can do is even acknowledge the joke. Like, that's what I was really saying, is, like, by even posting about it on Facebook, like, you are giving more attention to this stupid thing. Like, you're giving them the promo. Like, it's a terrible joke, and just let it die, because that's probably... And if it does happen, that's a rapist. That's a rapist that was going to rape. Yeah. Like, no guy looks on their phone, sees National Rape Day, and goes, that's the day.
Finally.
Finally, bro.
Fuck yeah.
3 days from now, let's go. Like, Downs a Four Loco. Like, that doesn't happen. If that did happen, we would live in a chaotic world. And believe me, I don't agree with the joke. But it's like, what are we saying here? Because, like, nothing can really change. Like, it's just that these people are infiltrating TikTok. Like, it's just 4chan humor. That's all it is. And I don't think you should take them seriously. But, I mean, you should at least, like, understand what that is. Like, when you see that joke, you should be like, okay, well... No, I think it's like the super straight thing. It's like the same people the same thing. Or like
the same people that call themselves super straight are the same people that will go out and attack LGBT people. Like, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's not even funny.
Well, I remember when they were doing the joke where it was like they were trying to say that pedophilia should be its own sexuality.
Oh, yeah.
That was obviously a 4chan joke.
Well, no, that was like actually like a Tumblr thing.
Oh, was it really?
That originated from Tumblr.
But also, did it? Or did it start?
It was pedophiles on Tumblr. They called themselves MAPs, which are minor attracted people.
A younger me would think you're lying. But, like, now I realize how bad that is on the internet.
Yeah, no, Tumblr was bad.
Yeah.
Tumblr was bad.
It's all over. Like, I mean, it's crazy. You go on Facebook and you just look at the groups and you can find some weird stuff.
Yeah.
And you can report them and nothing happens. Like, I swear to God, I've done it.
What was I saying?
It'll be like Indian little boys on Facebook. It'll be like it'll be a group of like, I shouldn't even be publicizing it too. I should be, so everybody can go and report it. Because, like, that's the only way, because I reported it. But it's like, you can look, it's like, I forget what it is exactly, but it's like cute boys or something like that. And it's like a little kid in the picture. And that's what the group is.
Oh, what the fuck? Why do you...
No, because I was like, this was like, it was when that Wayfair stuff was going on. And everybody was like, looking into like how bad this stuff was on the internet. And you can straight up just find that stuff on Facebook.
Oh, I know there was a thing about like Facebook doing, like Facebook was getting sued for doing like, it was like targeted videos. It was like mothers that had just given birth. Like they were, videos were put on their feed of, like babies getting killed or like violent deaths of like kids, like something like that. Like it was like live leak videos, like shit like that was just
Jesus.
And it was specifically
that made my hair stand up a little bit. Yeah, that's creepy.
It was specifically
I don't like that.
It was specifically targeted towards mothers who had just given birth. I remember,
that's why I don't like it.
I remember seeing something about that, but again, allegedly, I don't recall anything other than that.
That's scary though, because that thing is that's very plausible.
Yeah,
like, even if that is fake news per se, that could be done. Like I mean, it's really not.
And it was like
target ads.
Yeah, it was like to test their if they would get off the app. That's what it was. I think it was something like that. If they would close the browser, if they would just keep scrolling. Like something like that.
Bro. Videos autoplay, too.
Yeah.
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 Man.
Yeah, I don't use Facebook.
Yo, yikes.
Yeah, I don't trust that shit.
Big yikes. Yeah, but you use TikTok. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, but I don't post on there, like...
Yeah. TikTok's not as bad. It's fairly moderated. I mean, like... Because I did interviews. I have the 60 seconds interviews, and, like, I posted one with somebody smoking weed, and they took my video down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't smoke anything that's obviously marijuana on TikTok, like stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't think you could get away with much on there that's beyond the pale. It's crazy that even got through on Facebook. Because that's just, man. Come on now.
No.
I just don't like that. Like, come on, man. I don't need to... I remember when I first saw gore on Facebook, and I thought, that's weird.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, I mean...
Like, I remember seeing it and looking at the Facebook comments and just seeing people, like... The weirdest part was the people's comments, because comments were, like, making jokes.
Yeah.
Like, that was the weirdest part. I thought that people would be like, yo, but instead they were just like, body flinging. Like, yo, really?
Yeah.
That's our humanity.
Yeah.
But, like, what were we going to say? You saw what?
No, but related to that, I think, just, like, Live Leak and all that shit just desensitized a lot of this generation. So. Just seeing all that shit online. Like, just, not even just Live Leak, I mean... Like, so you could see it on Twitter. Like, it was always on fucking Twitter, too. I remember seeing it there. But, no, I was gonna tell you earlier, like, the fucking David Dobrik thing. How, like, he... But no.
Shout out David Dobrik!
Shout out David Dobrik!
Bro, send me a car, please. Give me taxes.
I just want a Tesla.
I just want taxes. Give me a Tesla. Come on, David.
I don't got the money for the taxes, but I'll sell that car.
Hit me up, Pulte. Come on, baby. Give me money.
Anyway.
Is that how you pronounce it? You know what I'm talking about? Pulte. He used to do videos with Mr. Beast. Shout out Mr. Beast as well.
Chipotle?
No, his name's like Pulte or something. He was basically a different Mr. Beast. Just doing giveaways all the time.
Oh, no, I have no idea who you're
Mr. Beast,
about.
I do like. I mean, no irony there. He hasn't been canceled yet, so who knows?
Yeah.
We'll wait to see what he's done.
No, but I mean, like, related to, like, the Live Leak thing, like, there was, like, the whole, the video that came out of, like, him injuring Jeff Wittick.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier in the car.
I was trying, because I remember he injured, it's something with an injury.
Yeah, like, he was, like, swinging him around on an excavator in a lake, and he...
I'm glad you brought this back up on podcast.
Yes, because this is clickbait. Great clickbait. But he's swinging him around in, like, circles.
Yeah.
And then he, like, stops suddenly, and the...
Inertia, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever it is. He just keeps... Whatever. You know. But anyway...
The pendulum thing.
You know. But anyway...
He swang.
He swang. Anyway, he hit the pole, like, the arm of the excavator. And he, like...
Oof.
He fell, but, like, his leg was, like, stuck in the rope. So his head was dangling in the water. And, like, I think, like, he had, like, a concussion. His head was bashed open. I think they said his eyeball popped out. His eyeball popped out.
God. All right.
Like, I think, like, I don't know if he's, like, blind in that eye or if it's, like, partial blindness.
Okay.
But because of...
But how long ago was this? How's this all coming out now?
Quite a few months. Because they keep quiet about it because David Dobrik gives them fucking hush money.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's insane. I don't understand.
Bro, this is like the mob.
Like, I think it's so, it's literally the mob.
YouTuber culture is so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I think it's so, interesting. It's very interesting.
Like, LA YouTuber culture.
Yes. I think it's very interesting that, see, I'm so deep into, like, YouTuber drama.
You're deeper than I am.
I'm so much deeper into it. But, like, I could go on and on. You want to hear about the Shane Dawson shit?
I mean, I'll learn. but I won't know.
Anyway. But I think it's very interesting that months and months ago when Trisha Paytas and Jason Nash, when they first broke up, and she made her videos and she was calling out David Dobrik, and like she called him, like she said that that he was like Ted Bundy. She said that he reminded her of Ted Bundy. And like the way that she's wording it, like, and coming from Trisha is like how everybody phrases it. It's just coming from Trisha. You can't really believe anything she says. And I think that's so fucked up.
That's rude.
No, I think it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily sexist, but it's definitely it's targeting towards her mental health issues.
I don't like to use the term ableist, but that would apply to
yeah, I would say ableist.
Yeah, I don't like that term because I think it's very much overused, but I think that would apply there. Yeah,
because I think it's very obvious that Trisha gets triggered and she'll exaggerate things.
Yeah,
but she still means everything she says, and she doesn't ever like really lie.
Yeah.
Like when she said that like she identified as a chicken nugget. Like, you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Like she said that she identified.
You are what you eat.
She said, yeah, like she made it. Well, no. She said that she made a video.
She is something, man.
Well, yeah, no. She made a video that, like, saying that she identified as a chicken nugget, but that was only after.
Was she crying? Was she crying in the video? It would only be a Trisha Paytas video if she was crying.
No, but the reason that she made the video was because, like, a few videos before, like, she said that, like, she thought she might have been transgender. And, like, people were saying, well, you can't just identify as, like, whatever you want. You can't just do that. Like, you can't just say you're gender. I think she said, like, she was gender fluid. Like, you can't just say you're one thing one day and, like, something the next. So, in, like, spite of them, she was like, well, fuck you. I guess I identify as a chicken nugget then. So then she makes a video like that, and everybody takes it as Trisha Paytas is making fun of LGBT people, when really she's just, like, saying, like, fuck you, like, respect my gender. Like, if I want to identify as this fucking thing, just fucking let me.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I think everybody shits on Trisha Paytas so fucking much for no goddamn reason. That bitch is working so fucking hard. She deserves the world.
Just celebrities in general. I mean, that's why it would be so hard to be, like, you know, people often think of it in such a one-sided way. Like, it's so hard to imagine yourself in such a position, especially if you are someone who's mentally unstable, you know? Because you already
I wouldn't say she's mentally unstable now. I think from watching the Frenemies podcast.
I'm not a terribly close follower of Trisha Paytas.
No,
I wish I was. I know I'm missing out.
You need to keep up with the Frenemies podcast.
I
know you like Ethan.
I do.
So you got. I think you would like the podcast. I think it's a very great dynamic.
I think the podcast, like, I really like that podcast just as a concept, because I think it started really as kind of a joke. But I really think they were just kind of doing it as like a one-off. Maybe they'll do this a couple times, and then they just like were like, okay, well, I guess this is a thing now. Yeah.
People like it. I guess we can keep doing it.
Yeah. And it's a nice dynamic, because, I mean, it's either that or Ethan talks with Hila, and it's really Ethan talking to himself with Hila going, yeah. Yeah.
I think it was a recent episode where he said that he had been thinking about, like before he started the Frenemies podcast, or like before they even started it, he was saying how he wanted to do a podcast with, he knew he wanted to do a podcast with someone, he just didn't know who.
No hate to Hila, LOL.
No hate, peace and love.
He hasn't been doing one with someone.
No, he wanted to do another podcast with someone else, like someone else that had like another big personality, like someone who could like, and he thought like the only person that could really like vibe that well with him was
James
Trisha.
Charles was second on the list, but he didn't make it.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine that? Frenemies with James Charles instead of Trisha Paytas? I don't know if I could handle it.
Hi, sisters.
For 2 hours every week.
Oh, God.
I don't think Ethan can handle it.
No. See, the thing is about Frenemies is, like, they actually became friends.
Yeah.
Like, they actually
They're
like each other.
frenemies.
Yeah, they're frenemies.
That's what they are.
Well, no, like, in the beginning of the show, like, they really didn't like each other. Like, you can tell, like, they didn't like each other. And now, like, they're actually, like, hanging out with each other outside of the podcast, and it's just it's wholesome, and it's nice.
It's like a character arc.
It's really a character arc. You can see like there's like YouTube videos.
You
like
think the costumes helped? You think that kind of helped them?
Yeah. Someone said that pizza was cursed on the show. Every time they get pizza, they always get into a fight. Like Trisha walks out, or...
I do think I like it more than the H3 podcast. I do think I like it more than that.
I do.
Because the H3 podcast kind of just like, it's like, what are we talking? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Half the time. Like, really? What are we doing here? I mean, they haven't been doing guests in a while. And when they do guests, it's not as... I don't know. Because this is like why I do podcasts the way I do them. Like, I think this flows well. I think that when you just have somebody there and you just talk like you would normally talk, that works great. You don't have to stress out over a podcast.
I mean, yeah.
But the way Ethan does it, with guests especially, and people have... sorry, that was a nuke outside. But, like, people, like... He's like, he thinks of it like an interview. And this is kind of a criticism that he's gotten. But it's like, literally, he'll read notes, and he'll cut off the person to get to the next question, stuff like that. It's just terrible moves as an interviewer. Even when he had Sean Evans on, the best interviewer ever, it's really ironic. Like, they upload it on their Clips channel, and they ask him, how do you do interviews so well? This is what they ask him. And then he answers it, and then they cut him off. And like completely ignoring what the answer was, because the answer was literally the advice that they didn't follow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like I understand that he has his own like issues mentally, and that he's went through his depressive states and whatnot. That's kind of how that whole first Bill Burr interview went, according to him, and I believe it. And I know how stressful those things must be, but at the same time, it's like what you were saying. If you spend all your time worried about like how things might turn out, or like whether or not you're doing things right, you can't even live in the present.
Right.
And I think that's what's happening when you have a guest on and you're just not. And it's hard for me to watch that. It's like, it's hard. And so even when he has guests on sometimes, I respect a good interviewer. And I really, like, Ethan's a great guy. I know he could do it. It's just, you got to connect with people, you know? And like, and they get such good guests. Like, they are capable. They're one of the biggest podcasts. So, you know, Frenemies is great, but I really feel like, come on, Ethan, bring it back, baby. Bring it back, baby. And you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say, I don't know about the politics. I don't know about the politics, Ethan. I don't know about that. That never really goes well for you. You can try, but it never really seems to go well. I mean, come on. I like to hear what you have to say, but it never really seems to work out. You like Hassan Piker quite a bit. I can't get into him. I can't do it.
I haven't really been keeping up with Hassan recently. I haven't. Well, I mean, I haven't been watching Twitch.
No? Is that where you watch him, was Twitch?
Yeah.
Not YouTube?
No, I mean, like, I'd prefer just to watch, if I'm going to sit down and watch, like, I don't know, like, I'd rather watch a stream.
Yeah.
Like, watching clips isn't that.
He's one of the biggest streamers on there, too. On Twitch, isn't he? Isn't he like one of the top ones? I thought he was #1 for a bit.
Was he?
I thought so.
I thought, what was it, Ludwig?
I don't know.
Didn't he just, I know he just passed,
Who is Ludwig? Because there's Destiny, too, and he was pretty high up there.
Well, Ludwig, I know
it's weird that there's even political commentators on Twitch.
I don't know what fucking Ludwig does. He does fucking everything. He's a guy that does, I think he streamed for like 30, like he streamed for like so long straight, something like that. He surpassed Ninja's
record or something.
Yeah, sub record, something like that.
It'd just be so, how do you talk about politics on Twitch? It just seems so tiresome.
Oh, well, he doesn't talk about politics, but no.
He plays video games?
I'd probably. Yeah. Oh, you're just talking about political. Well,
I mean, anybody really.
Because Destiny, he's a political guy, ain't he?
But I was trying to think of like the popular ones.
Yeah.
Because there's only a few. But I mean, I don't know who's like the biggest on Twitch. I don't know who the biggest people are on Twitch.
I know.
I'm trying to think of who they are.
Like a list was released recently, but Shroud's up there.
He's big.
I think it's XQC. I think it's XQC.
XQZ?
XQC.
QC.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, really big nose. lip, blonde hair, really long, screams, plays video games, can't ever understand what he's saying.
No, he sounds great, though. He sounds great.
Love that guy.
I mean, Twitch is it's a funny place because, like, really, like, it's like people who are really good at games, but they're also obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get famous on Twitch, you have to be obnoxious.
Yeah. What was that one guy? Tyler. The one guy, I think he played League of Legends.
There are very few that are just, like, regular people.
Well, no, like, he was like a meme. He was a meme.
Really?
That was the thing.
Was
like,
he the guy?
The bald guy.
Yeah!
Yeah, his name was
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, like, there was, like, the one meme with, like,
funny.
the headphone dent.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a meme. He's a meme. I can't remember what he did exactly, but I know it was funny because, like, I'm just thinking about his face.
Well, there's, like, several clips that have, like, become memes.
Was it just like rage?
It's just like rage clips. Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, pretty funny. Oh, what was it? Fucking Snoop Dogg was. Did you see? Fucking Snoop Dogg was streaming. I think he was playing Halo. He was playing like Halo.
Snoop Dogg does everything.
No. He was playing like one of the Halo games, and like I think like his internet, like, or no, it wasn't the internet. It was like the servers turned off or some shit, and like. He said, "Man, fuck this!" And he threw down the controller, and he walks out, and he leaves for like 3 hours or however fucking long, and like fucking hours he's gone, and like he doesn't turn off the stream, and then he comes back and
you think
he
forgot that he was streaming?
He didn't know, he had to turn it off, and like so he comes back and he's like, "Oh, this shit's still on. What the fuck?" And oh. Snoop Dogg, I love that man.
That's some good stuff.
That's some good shit.
Oh, this is still on.
Quality internet content.
That is exactly what Snoop Doggy Dogg would do too.
He said, "Man, fuck this."
And then he just leaves
out,
the stream on for 4 hours.
Doesn't come back.
You know he was just smoking heavy over there too, and then he just comes back. He's probably high when he left.
Oh, probably. Most definitely.
That's probably why it was still on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He had a podcast for a minute, Snoop Dogg did.
Did he?
Yeah.
I know he had that show with, was it Martha Stewart?
He's great.
Was it Martha Stewart?
Did he really?
Was it Martha Stewart?
Probably.
Or was it like Betty Crock or some shit like that?
Either way. What would they call that? There was probably a funny name, too.
I think it was the one lady that went to jail. Or like
that's Betty. That's Betty Crocker. No, that's Martha Stewart.
That's Martha Stewart.
That's Martha Stewart.
I'm pretty sure it was Martha Stewart. It was like yeah. It was Snoop and Martha. It was like they had a like little talk show. I think they had a cooking show too.
Snoop Dogg's the best.
I can't remember what channel it was on. Probably fucking like Vice or some shit.
If you think Snoop Dogg hasn't done everything, go listen to Big Time Rush. Like Snoop Dogg's done everything. He's checked everything off the list.
Honestly.
Like, for real, even nowadays, he'll do, like, random things. Like, just, like, like, now he's on some fighting WWE game that's, like, a mobile app. Like, I just saw an ad for it. It's like, new character, Snoop Dogg. Okay. All right. He's literally everywhere. You can't get away from Snoop Doggy Dogg. Every time you try, he shows up. Have you ever had a nightmare and Snoop Dogg's there? Because if you have, you're not the only one.
You know that one picture that's, like, completely made out of Snoop Dogg?
No, I haven't seen that.
I'll send it to you.
Seen that.
I'll send it to you.
Dude, I remember one game, one time when I was a little kid, there was this game, and I can't remember what it was, but there was a cheat code, and it said play as Snoop Dogg, and I thought that meant that I was going to play as a giant dog. Like, I thought as a kid, I remember thinking I was going to put in the cheat code, and I would play as this white and black dog. Like, I can't even remember what I was thinking of. Like, probably the dog from, like Peanut, the Peanut comics.
Peanuts.
I think that's what I was thinking of.
Charlie Brown.
And then I put in the cheat code, and I was just Snoop Dogg, and I was confused.
You didn't know.
As a child, I did not know who Snoop Dogg was. I've never remembered that until just now. Yeah, I remember that. I remember reading the cheat code and seeing, wow, I can play as a dog?
What game was it?
Oh, dude. Because that would confirm that this is not a joke, too, and I'm not making this up.
You could play as Snoop Dogg in the game.
As a cheat code, yeah. That's a great question, because people probably would want to know that.
I feel like it'd be like Tony Hawk or
No. It was, dude, now, True Crime. It was one of the True Crime games.
I thought it was True Crime.
It's like a Grand Theft Auto knockoff.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But I think it was True Crime New York. I might be wrong, but yo, Yo, people, check that out because every single video game should have a cheat code where you can play the Snoop Dogg.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, they were setting the stage, and you guys did not follow in their footsteps. Is what happened there.
Oh, you really need to. Okay, so I know you have. I'm getting a phone call from.
It's probably Dad again asking why you're not home.
No, it's my group chat.
Group chat asking why you're not messaging them back.
Probably.
Where are you? Are you okay? I thought you were going to Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, I asked them to skate like 6 hours ago, and
They probably think you have some skating injury.
Oh, probably.
'Cause I'm broken.
And I'm broken.
You know what song I'm talking about because we have the same mom. That's exactly why you know that song. Because Hinder. That's why I sang it.
Because we have the same mom, yeah.
That is literally why. That's my mom's music taste, in case you guys didn't know.
Well, it's progressed now. She's like, she's more of she's more of a Five Finger Death Punch and also country kind of lady.
Is that different than Hinder from 2008? Is Five Finger Death Punch now? I feel like that's just the natural progression. Like, you move from there to there.
I feel like it got a little bit better. I feel like it's
hey, are you hating right now?
No hate. No hate. Respect to Hinder. Respect to Hinder.
One time I was hanging out with somebody and I said to them, I made a joke. I was like, yeah, Five Finger Death Punch, LOL. And they were like, yeah, Five Finger Death Punch is awesome. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I realized, like, oh, I said that to the wrong person.
No.
Which is just funny. It's just funny. I mean, no hate. No hate.
Peace and love.
Always know I'm just playing, okay? If I'm hating, I'm playing. I'm just throwing punches. That's all I'm doing. I love everybody. For real, though, I really do. It's kind of hard to dislike people. It's kind of hard to hate people, you know what I'm saying?
Dog.
Do you hate people?
I mean, every day at work, I say I hate people.
But do you, or do you just hate rude when people are rude? Like, do you hate people, or do you just hate when people do rude things? Yeah.
See, I hate rude, entitled people, but I feel like everybody just naturally has that in them. It's just some people are more willing to let it out.
Or some people were not taught otherwise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of that, you know.
It just makes me dislike people. And I just want to say, every person that I've had a bad experience with at work has never been my age. Like, they're never in my age group. It's always an older person.
You mean coworkers?
No, I mean people, like customers. It's always people my age are very respectful.
Oh, I didn't experience that.
No, I mean maybe it's because I'm a woman. I don't know, but like
perhaps.
Like,
I mean,
people,
I don't know.
Like people my age, like they're a lot. I mean, more respectful than anyone older than me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just an ageism thing, but
so many isms.
Yeah.
So many.
So many isms.
It's like I'm dodging isms every day.
No, I mean like.
I know what you're saying though.
No, just don't talk to me like I'm stupid just because I'm younger than you.
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking.
Well, yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't like that.
People act like I don't know what I'm doing, because like when people come through and like they act like I'm like young, like I am a grown woman.
Yeah.
I am grown. And then like they act like I'm so stupid and I'm like this little girl that doesn't know what she's doing, but like I'm fucking grown. I am a grown. Sorry, I don't want to go off.
I mean, that alone, that's one thing I've always disliked, is when, like, I can handle quite a bit, but just don't treat me like I am stupid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I hate that.
Just don't treat me like you think I'm stupid.
See, maybe that's also because we have the same parents.
I don't know. That's why I hate ads. That's why I hate most advertisements. It's because, like, you think I'm stupid. Like, that's what's happening here. Like, or, like, simple pop music, all those things. It's like, don't treat me like I'm a stupid person. Like, because that just bores me. It makes me think you think I'm stupid.
Yeah, I hate, like, movies or, like,
yeah, like, just bad movies.
Yeah, that are just, like, so, like, blatantly obvious what the message is. Like,
yeah.
I can't
And then
stand
somebody will
it.
walk up to you and they'll go, "Did you see that movie?
It was
that
so
was awesome.
good.
That was so good." And you're looking at them like, "Oh. Oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on."
Yeah. Anybody that tells me Creep is a bad movie, you're fucking wrong.
I haven't seen that. What's that movie?
You haven't seen Creep?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
I don't want to describe any of it. I think you should.
Who is in it? Do you know the actor or anybody?
No, it's not popular actors. I think it was like an indie film, but it blew up because it was just like a random Netflix movie. Like it just got randomly put on Netflix. There's Creep 1 and Creep 2, which Creep 2 isn't that. It's not as good.
Creep 1's the best one.
It really is.
The OG.
I saw it and I showed it to all of my friends like years and years ago, and I made all of them fall in love with it. And I'm sure like half of them are lying and like just pretending like they like it's so good.
It's so
I'm
good.
sure they're pretending like they like it just to make me happy. But it's a great movie.
Don't be fake.
Don't be fake.
Tell me if you don't like the movie.
I know y'all don't like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You don't have to pretend. It's just nostalgic for me. I know it's not a good movie.
Is it Killer or is it Creepy Clowns from Outer Space?
It is Killer Clowns from Outer Space with all Ks.
That movie is a classic.
It is.
And I don't say that just because I was a kid when I first saw it.
No, dude, it's straight up a classic.
That movie's a classic.
Like, it has aged like fucking fine wine, dude.
It's better now.
It really is. Like the cheesy 80s shit, like it's not even like it's it looks good still. Like it still looks good. Like it looks cheesy as fuck, but it still looks good.
I mean, I like that kind of that doesn't exist anymore. They don't have that anymore. Like the B movies are not what they used to be.
Oh yeah, fucking Jerry Seinfeld's B movie, not what it used to be. Definitely not.
I mean, hey, where is the modern day B movie though? For real though, like that was also a classic.
Honestly,
it's a meme for a reason. I'm not even just saying that.
Like why?
As a child, I didn't fully appreciate what that was.
The B movie?
Yeah.
I'm glad I did appreciate it as a child.
That is great Seinfeld humor right there.
Yeah.
Like, just, what if we made a movie about a bee?
You know, fucking...
And eventually in life you realize that Seinfeld humor is just Larry David humor.
Yeah. I'm so glad that, like, I don't know, okay. So, like... I remember Adam, our stepdad, we share a stepdad.
We sure do.
We sure do.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
Yeah, we do.
That's right.
That's right. Anyway, so Adam, when we were kids, I remember he would always take us fishing, or like I remember him taking me fishing specifically. Mm-hmm. And as a little kid, being like a little angsty kid, going fishing with my stepdad didn't really sound like fun, so I would just sit in the van. And we had, the van, it had like the pull-down TVs in it. And I remember like we had like 2 movies in there. And it was the B movie and The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Great choices.
Great choices. And I watched the B movie over and over and over. Like every time he would take me fishing. I think I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose like probably twice.
Yeah, you're like the first time I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
I'll watch the B movie again next time.
Straight up, no, I watched that shit over and over and over again, and I'm so glad I went through that little thing.
You probably had the script memorized before it was cool.
No, honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so glad I went through that, because when it blew up as a meme, like, I already had it down. Like, I already appreciated it for what it was.
I was trained for this.
Honestly.
I was literally training for this.
Honestly. I know.
Most people haven't seen that movie over and over. Most people haven't gotten that chance.
Dude, like some people would watch a good movie over and over again.
That's not a bad movie. The B movie,
it's really not. Like
it's really not.
It's pretty funny.
It's not gonna lie. And it's a great moral.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Bees are important.
Yeah, lawyers are fucking blood-sucking vampires.
Yeah, lawyers are blood-sucking vampires, and bees are good.
Yes,
that's what that movie is.
Yes.
And honestly, is it a lie?
Is it a lie?
Is it wrong?
No, it is straight up facts, dog.
And it's not
all facts, no printer.
No printer. No and it's not even exaggerating. It's not even like that movie is basically live action. Like, I mean, honestly, sometimes when I watch it, I think I'm seeing a real movie. I think I'm watching cinema.
You know who's in that movie? The guy who plays Joe Swanson.
The dude. Yeah, the same dude from the beginning of the podcast.
Oh my God.
Full circle. Boom, boom, boom. Kronk, baby. Kronk, baby.
Kronk.
We got Kronk in the B movie. We got Kronk in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Where is he next?
But what if that's a different guy? What if this is all just different people?
Joe Swanson. I think it's the same guy.
I think the guy in the
Because it's like the guy that talks like this.
Yeah, the guy.
You know, he's got this deep voice. I can't do it perfect, but it's kind of like that.
I'm not going to attempt, but you're close.
I'm kind of close.
My leg!
That was so bad. That one was bad.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Peter.
I can do the grandma voice.
From
What are they selling? Chocolates. They're selling chocolates.
It's SpongeBob?
That's SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate!
Like that?
Yeah. Chocolate! How does he do it?
I felt like that was pretty close.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Chocolate!
You know,
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta send it. You really just gotta send it.
I'd like to buy some of your chocolate.
Yeah. Like, you gotta just imagine it and then be it. The other one I really like from SpongeBob is water.
Oh, yeah.
I say that sometimes when I'm thirsty. I do. I say water. Or I'll drink water to be like, because it's so good. And then I'll say it. I'll say water.
I think recently I watched the one episode where he goes down, like he takes the bus to like...
Oh, I know.
And where he goes down and like he has to like go to the bus stop and like...
That's a scary episode.
Where he has to talk like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I keep doing that. I can't stop.
SpongeBob is really the best. What's the other one I was... I did this one in Call of Duty, and it was so good. It was at the end of the lobby, and I said, what's the song about the pizza?
The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza.
I said, what do you guys think of that Krusty Krab pizza? And then somebody in the lobby went, Krusty Krab pizza is the best pizza in the world. And I was like, yeah, bro. Like, I didn't think they were going to sing the song, and they sang the song. So... Because I had the song in my head the whole game, and then I said that, and that's what they said. So I was like, oh, that's satisfying. Really, SpongeBob references, you can't get much better than that. And you know what's sad? You know what's really sad? Is that the original SpongeBob movie was so good, and then they lost the original showrunner, and that's why the show got worse. And then this original showrunner came back, and he helped with Sponge Out of Water, which was really good, and then he died. And so I feel like SpongeBob...
Isn't there another SpongeBob movie, like, about to come out?
It already came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I really like Sponge Out of Water, so I'm worried.
I heard the game was good.
Which one? Which game?
The Bikini Bottom...
Battle for Bikini Bottom? Well, that was Rehydrated. That was a PS2 game that they remastered.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I heard that, I mean, I just heard it blowing up recently, but
I want to play it.
That's supposed to be a good game.
It is supposed to be a good game.
Yeah, the guy that built my computer was telling me that I should get it.
I didn't play that one. I played the SpongeBob movie game. That's the one I played.
Oh, okay.
Which is also very good, but I don't think they're going to remaster that one.
Why did they ever make, like, you know, like the Simpsons movie game?
Or Simpsons Hit and Run. That was like their knockoff of Grand Theft Auto. That was what that was. And it's actually not terrible.
I don't understand, like, why you'd make a video game out of a movie.
The Simpsons movie game, I remember playing, I beat that game. I played that on the Xbox. Yeah. Xbox 360.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, and you know it was bullshit, because on the PS2 version, they were missing some things. So I originally played it on the PS2 version, and then I played the Xbox 360 version, and I went, wow, I should have never played the PS2 version.
No, did you beat it on the PS2?
I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it really missing stuff, or did you just not finish it?
No, it was really missing stuff. It was like Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. That game, dude, you play it on the PS2, and none of the areas are connected. You play it on the Xbox, all the areas are connected.
Well, maybe it's because they, like, you know, they update the game at that point because they're releasing it a little bit later.
No.
Okay.
They make the game for both consoles at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, so it's like, you get the PS2 version, you get the bootleg version. You know, you get the knockoff. You get the Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
That's what you get. You don't get the Cocoa Pebbles, you get the Cocoa Krispies. You gotta have the Xbox 360 to get the Cocoa Pebbles. That was what bothered me. So, but I played the Simpsons movie on the Xbox 360, you understand? I just didn't play, I didn't play American Wasteland on the 360.
Gotcha.
And they connected all the areas.
Oh, yeah, that's bullshit. Straight up bullshit, dog.
You don't even understand how much of straight up bullshit it is. Because it's like,
the beginning, you're in the neighborhood subdivision, and then the next part, you're in the city. And it's like, okay, there was a loading screen there.
Yeah.
But then you realize, wait a minute, on the Xbox, you open the gate and you just go through the door. But on the PS2, it has to load first.
Oh, yeah, what was it? It was a Goat Simulator that's like that, too.
Is it like that on Goat Simulator?
Yeah.
On PC, there's no loading screens?
I think on mobile, like, there's, like, a loading screen in between, like,
Not the same.
Yeah,
Not
it's
the
not
same.
the same.
Not the same at all. That's a travesty. That's a crime against humanity. Because it's like...
I mean, I could be wrong, but...
It's like... I thought I was playing the game that everybody else was playing. But I was just getting the mobile version. That's what it felt like.
Oh, have you seen this? I can't talk. Have you seen the show Solar Opposites?
No.
Oh, okay. That's a good show.
Is it?
It is. It's on Hulu. I think it's a Hulu show.
A Hulu original.
A Hulu original. It was made by Justin Roiland.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the guy that made
Ren and Stimpy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, that's a
That was a good joke. I'm proud of that one.
Anyway, it's pretty good. Anyway, it was made by Justin Roiland, but there's an episode. Okay, what do you know what the show is?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Okay, Solar Opposites. It's about these two aliens and their planet blows up. And so they are issued a pod and a pupa, and they're given like replicants of themselves, and they go find a new planet to occupy.
Relatable.
And then their pupa is going to take over the planet when it grows up, and it'll turn into a new civilization for their species. So that's the plot of the show. But they landed on Earth, an already overpopulated planet. Anyway, but there's an episode where they reveal that another spaceship from their planet also landed on Earth, but it was rich people from their planet who had been warned ahead of time that the asteroid was coming, and that's when Corvo found out that he was poor.
Man, freaking Jeff Bezos.
Fucking Jeff Bezos.
Gotta ruin everything.
Straight up.
Come on, dude. That sounds good. What is Jeff? What is Justin Roiland on, man? How does he come up with these things?
I don't know.
I really wonder sometimes. Because he's not like a normal guy.
You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be straight with you. This might be a little controversial, but the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
You like that episode?
That's a good episode. That is a very good episode. It is a good character study into not only Rick, but Beth as well. And it's a good look into how her childhood was and how their family fucking functions. Like, it's a good episode.
Well, you know why people aren't going to listen to that?
Pickle Rick! I turned myself into a Pickle 40, a Pickle Rick!
That's exactly why. That is exactly what I was going to say.
Like, literally, people just can't look past that, and I think that's a little sad, because that's a really good episode.
Well, I think people often like to pick the easiest thing to say, and then they just say that.
Yeah.
You know, like, why are we going to waste our time thinking when we could just say the easiest thing?
Yeah.
Which it goes both ways. You could either say, Pickle Rick! Or you could say, that episode sucked, because that's a stupid joke. You know?
I mean, but
like, without actually looking into the rest of the episode.
But the joke was good. Like,
was it? I don't know. I didn't see it.
In the end, like I'm a pickle. I turned myself into a Pickle 40, a Pickle Rick, like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a part of the joke. Like, the reason he turns himself into a pickle, like, that's the point of the episode, is, like, why did he turn himself into a pickle? Like, that's the point. Like, it's a good episode.
Well, and I always thought that, you know, the show is tends to be deep. So I imagine if they're making a joke like that, it's either they're doing it out of spite, like just to, you know, have some fun, or they're doing it as, like, you know, a poke at the existential humor of the show. like, okay, now we'll just do a silly joke because it's just silly. Like, I'm Pickle Rick. Like, it doesn't have to be super deep. It's just literally, it's like the show has these convoluted plot lines, and then we also have just this silly thing on the side.
Yeah.
But they probably didn't expect that silly thing to get so much traction as well.
Have you watched it?
No. People have told me that. Like they've told me. Like 2 podcasts ago, I did with Elijah Wan and Damon Compton, and I said something like philosophical, and Damon Compton went, Pickle, or no, he didn't say Pickle Rick. He said, Rick and Morty, bro. You're like Rick and Morty, bro. And he gives me a high five.
You're like Rick and Morty, bro.
He's saying I think like Rick and Morty, and I was like, thanks, man. I've never watched that show because I assume the show. And from what I've seen, it explores philosophical topics.
Yeah. It's a very nihilistic show,
yes,
I would say.
Very nihilistic. And I think that when they approach something like that, I imagine when he became a pickle, it was probably a case of, I don't know. I really don't know how that comes about. How did he become a pickle? I don't want to get anything too spoiled.
He turns himself into a pickle to avoid going to family therapy. That's the thing.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's the entire episode, is then him going to therapy to get the syringe out of Beth's bag so he can turn himself back into a human because he lied about what was in the syringe.
Relatable.
But anyway, it's a good episode. I think you should just watch it because I don't want to explain the entire thing, but it's a good episode. It's a good look into the characters.
Long story short, Pickle Rick!
Pickle Rick! Turn myself into a Pickle Morty!
I turn myself into a Pickle Morty!
Pickle Rick!
I've seen a few episodes of that show. I just can't enjoy it. I don't know what it is. Because I feel like I would enjoy it. I feel like I should.
I think you should watch Solar Opposites. I think you would like that more.
And that's the other Justin Roiland show you were talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a bit where Yumulak, which is Corvo's replicant, he shrinks people. People piss him off, so he'll use his shrink ray and he shrinks them down, and then he puts them into a wall. He puts them in little containers, and then he has the containers stacked up on his wall in their bedroom. And there's 2 seasons, so there's 2 episodes directly dedicated to the people's lives in the wall. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The first episode about the wall is called Terry and Corvo Steal a Bear. And, the description of the episode is, how they're going to steal a bear and they're going to get the replicants in on it. And, then, as I was watching the show, because, I was binging it, and, I would read the title first, and I would read the description first, and all of a sudden it just opens up with, the last guy that just got put into the wall. You saw him getting shrunk, and, you see him in the wall, and, the entire episode's just about that. And I was what the fuck was up with that description then? And then I started paying attention, and, you can see out the back of, in, the windows out of the wall, and, you can see them stealing the bear, and everything going on in the background. And I thought that was just such a funny little detail because if you didn't read the description or if you didn't read the title, you wouldn't understand why that's funny.
Yeah. It's tongue-in-cheek in that way.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
It's almost like breaking the third wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and that's kind of what Justin Roiland does too, right? It's kind of his humor.
Yeah.
Okay. He strikes me as somebody whose humor I would enjoy.
Well, it's also similar to Dan Harmon's humor, and Dan Harmon worked on Community.
Oh.
And Dan Harmon, he's also on Rick and Morty. That's what I'm...
Whoa, what?
Yeah, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland created Rick and Morty. And,
oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Dan Harmon created...
That's the same guy.
Yeah, then Dan Harmon created Community.
Oh, shoot, son.
Also... I'm
having a revelation right now.
Do you remember Fish Hooks?
Oh, no.
It was a Disney Channel show about the fish.
Sounds familiar. Oh,
the Fish High School. Do you remember that?
I'm not super familiar with the newer Disney shows. I kind of stopped on Sweet Life on Deck, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, well that was made by Justin Roiland.
Okay.
Do you remember Gravity Falls?
I do.
That wasn't made by Justin Roiland, but it was made by what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he is friends with Justin Roiland.
Loose connections.
Yeah, and there's a Grunkle Stan cameo in one of the Rick and Morty episodes when they're like traveling through universes. You can see Grunkle Stan.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Also, I think who is it? In Adventure Time.
Gravity Falls is one of the more popular newer Comedy Central shows too.
It's not Comedy Central. It's a Disney Channel. I recently watched it.
That's Disney Channel?
Yeah, it's a Disney Channel show. It's like actually like scary though.
I thought that was Comedy Central. Not Comedy Central, but Cartoon Network.
Yeah. No, I recently watched that. It seems like it'd be a Cartoon Network show.
That's what I thought.
But I recently watched it, and I remember watching episodes when I was a kid, but I never actually genuinely liked the show. But
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good show, and I would watch it whenever it was on, if I just wanted to watch TV. But I recently watched it, and it's a good show. Watching it as an adult, it's just a good show.
Yeah.
I can just enjoy it.
That's what that's what a lot of people like about Rick and Morty even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a lot of those shows tend to be. Or I think Regular Show is the first one. That and Adventure Time. I think those are the two shows that really
Adventure Time was the first.
Yeah, they opened the door to that kind of teenager adult audience.
I was gonna say, fucking Lemon Grab in Adventure Time. That's Justin Roiland.
No.
Yeah.
Adventure Time is?
Yeah, the Lemon Grab, the guy that...
Oh, that's the same...
That guy.
That's the actor. That's
the voice of Lemon
doing
Grab.
The voice.
Yeah, the voice of Lemon Grab is Justin Roiland.
I didn't know that. Interesting. So he's been around.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that Rick and Morty was his first, real thing.
Rick and Morty, started off as, a parody of, fucking Back to the Future.
No. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense, because the Doc and... But, Dan Harmon, too, I didn't know that either.
You didn't know he made Community? You really didn't know that?
I knew he was involved in Community, but I didn't know that he also...
No, he was literally, the head writer and creator of Community, and, the reason why, that one season was so bad was because they got rid of Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
Because of all that shit that happened with Chevy Chase.
What happened with Chevy Chase?
Well, it wasn't just that. It was also, he was hitting on an employee, something like that. But then he ended up coming back.
Nothing gets worse than Dan Schneider.
Yeah, really, no. As long
when it comes to showrunners,
yeah,
nothing's weirder than that.
Harvey Weinstein.
Hey, kitty, show me your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, what gets weirder than that? Hey, kitty, tell me about your feet on camera for 5 minutes for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's a little weird. Even as the guy who tends to look at these things and go, well, yeah, let's understand people. I look at that and I go, come on, dude. Yeah. How do you go on iCarly and tell them, yeah, let's pop your feet on camera for a minute?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
And it'd be at the weirdest fucking times, too.
Yeah.
Also, why was Gibby always shirtless?
Okay, well, I mean, come on. Now that's just funny. Now that's just funny.
But, was it?
Gibby's got boobies.
Poor Gibby, though. I'm sure that fucking ruined his self-esteem. I saw this one interview.
I don't know, man. I think he owned it.
I saw this one interview with Jonah Hill. And,
Oh, that was fake.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Where the guy was do you still, are considered, the fat guy?
Yeah, that's fake.
That was, so cringe, though.
No, but, that was just for press.
God, I hope so.
It was, I promise.
Genuinely, that hurt me. I felt so bad for him.
But Jonah Hill's a good actor. That's how you knew early on, because he played it really well.
Did you ever watch Mid-90s?
No, and he directed that.
He did.
I know why you're bringing it up. It's because he directed it.
He did direct it.
And I will also say that, who's that, who makes all them movies? They made Uncut Gems. A24. A24 is always good.
Yeah.
And they did that movie too, mid-90s.
Oh, what other movies have they done? Did they do 8th grade?
They did a Ghost Story, and I haven't seen that yet, but it's on Netflix. That's one I haven't seen. The Lighthouse was them.
Did they do 8th grade? Bo Burnham's 8th grade?
They did 8th grade.
That was that was really good.
Endless good movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of some more. But they really are
Uncut
very
Gems
good.
was super fucking good. Like,
I was recommending that you to you for so long.
I know you kept telling me to watch it over and over and over again, and I was like, it's just gonna be another Adam Sandler movie. Like, I know I'm just not gonna like it. Like, it seemed like
you had no idea.
No, it seemed like The Wolf of Wall Street. Like, that's like one of those like good movies that I can't watch because it's just I can't get invested in. No. Like I know it's a good movie. It's just I know I can't get invested in it. But like I know it's like
How much of it have you watched?
All of it.
Oh, really? You just didn't care for it?
No, I didn't really care for it. It's just kind of boring. But like I know it's like a guy movie. Like guys like those movies.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what Uncut Gems is.
Yeah.
But it's so suspenseful. Like I really liked it. Like
that's what's so good. You should watch Good Time. That's the Safdie brothers movie before Uncut Gems, and it's good for the same reasons that Uncut Gems is good. I feel like it was just before they like Uncut Gems took what Good Time was and did it even better. And that's not to say that Good Time's a bad movie. It's just that like it's almost like that's what they were getting to. Okay. Because it's Robert Pattinson, so it's another like actor that's kind of got like a dodgy, but like he's very good in the movie. And dude, like the way that they direct is so interesting. Like they're so good at sound design. They're so good at like suspense because they write their own films. They wrote that with Adam Sandler in mind. And then
are you talking about Uncut Gems?
Yeah, but I mean it's the same thing that's good about Good Time. Like they're just so good.
No, I mean like you're saying they wrote that with Adam Sandler in mind.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did.
That's cool.
And it's inspired by the movie it's got Adam Sandler in it as well. It's directed by Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it's called no, not Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's an actor. Paul Thomas Anderson, and it's called Punch Drunk Love. And that movie's got Adam Sandler in it.
Sounds familiar.
Is so good. I put it off for the longest time because it's another one of those movies, just like we just said, where I was thinking like, okay, well, it's one of those movies that people say is a good Adam Sandler movie, but I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be like, eh. I watched it and I was like, oh my god, this is a masterpiece.
I'm gonna be real. All those movies that people say are like the cringy Adam Sandler movies, they're not that bad.
I like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no.
I respect him for what he is.
Yeah, like I mean, like it's its own thing. Like it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, I think people are naturally haters, and this is something I've learned more and more throughout time. Is like people are just naturally haters, and all you can do is just like ignore that negativity and just combat it with love because they're just wrong. Like Adam Sandler is only successful because that's what he does. I mean, that's what he does. Like he's just not a hateful guy. He just does what he wants to do. And even if those movies are just tax write-offs, who cares? Honestly, who cares? Like because the worst offender has to be what's the one where his twin sister?
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill. That's the worst offender.
Wasn't there a sequel?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I think there was a sequel.
No.
Can you get Jamie to look that up?
Yeah, Jamie, could you look that up for me, please? The reason I say this is because that movie, they got freaking, I think it was not Robert De Niro, but some really big actor. Al Pacino. Yeah, Al Pacino in that movie. And there's literally scenes where they're straight up just doing ads. Like it's literally like they're just doing ads.
It was like a Tim Hortons ad.
Yeah. And it's like, what? Like, because there's a certain amount of Adam Sandler that I can take, but it's like, bro, now come on. No, so that I can understand, but when it's grown-ups, it's grown-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, it's grown-ups. Like, are we really taking it that serious? I mean, it's a Kevin James Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Paul Blart? Have you seen it? Have you seen Paul Blart 2? Okay.
I recently saw this thing online. Like, you know how there's the thing that you can line up the Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon?
Dark Side of the Moon. I saw that as a kid.
You can actually line up Paul Blart 2.
Stop.
With the Dark Side of the Moon.
Stop.
Yes, you can. Shit you not, it lines up.
Dark Side of the Blart. What do they call it?
Yes.
Is that what they call it?
Dark Side of the Blart.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I already knew. I mean, I didn't know, but I knew, you know.
Yeah.
My intuition. That's good. That's good stuff. Dark Side of the Blart.
Or was it like Paul Side of the Moon, something like that?
Either way.
Blart. I think it was Blart Side of the Moon.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Blart Side of the Moon.
Yeah, it was Blart Side of the Moon.
It's gotta be the second one too.
No, it was
Can't
actually
do the first
It
one.
was the second one, and like it's like the end of the first.
Superior film.
It was the end of the first song ends exactly when the mom gets hit by a bus, and like
Spoilers.
it's the first scene.
Spoilers.
It's the first scene.
I haven't seen the second Bob.
You just asked.
Anyone seen Paul Blart? Y'all seen Paul Blart? Y'all seen Paul Blart too? It's a great movie. I was being a fake fan. I haven't seen the second one.
Hyping up the shit you haven't even seen. Fucking fake as fuck.
I know it's good because
Anyway.
Kevin James. Continue though. His mom gets hit by a bus.
Yeah, it lines up like perfectly with that, and like it just keeps going along from there. Like
She gets hit, and then you hear money, and then money, and then you're like, yeah, Paul Blart. Is that?
like it's like him at the mall. Like
He's walking around the money gets pie, and he's just like going through the stores.
yeah. Like no, like I can't remember what it was, but like it all lines up. Like so,
He's like laying on the ground, putting a Band-Aid on. I have become comfortably numb. Like, is that? I feel like it's got to be it.
I don't know, but I
believe you.
I want to do some substances and find out.
Now listen. Now this
Allegedly.
with the Dark Side of the Moon thing, because that was big back in like back in the day, and then what they kind of figured out was that okay. It's like that phenomena where if you have a GIF and people are dancing, you could just play any song.
Oh yeah, like the Spider-Man dancing GIF.
Yeah, and it's always gonna fit eventually. Yep. Like it just because your brain naturally tries to find connections and things and make things work. But Blart Side of the Moon is probably legit.
Yeah.
With that being said, Blart Side of the Moon is probably a legit phenomena. It's probably. I'm just amazed that they had the foresight to understand. The longevity and the things that would happen in Paul Blart 2 when they wrote Dark Side of the Moon. Because you wouldn't think they'd be able to write it around such a classic film that hadn't even come out yet.
Right.
And it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
There's just something about Kevin James' comedy. Ever since I saw him in that movie where he was a boxer, I think it was called The Boxer.
That was after Paul Blart?
Yeah, I know. But there was something about that movie that really sold me on. Like
it wasn't King of Queens?
No.
Whoa.
No, because you have to see the fighter, or the boxer, or whatever it's called.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Have you seen the scene where he's talking to the trainer, and the trainer tells him about his emotional issues, and Kevin James doesn't really know how to react, and then that's the scene?
Have you seen the movie where he's a zookeeper, and he sneaks out the gorilla, and he takes it to a bar, and, like, the gorilla can talk, and it's, like, drinking with him and a bunch of women, and everyone at the bar is just okay with this fucking gorilla, and they're like, oh, it's just some hairy dude?
What are Kevin James movies? Like, what kind of criteria do you have to be like, yeah, let's call Kevin James? You know what I mean? Like, how do you get to a point where you're like, yeah, this is a Kevin James film?
Actually, did you know, I saw a thing that, like, you remember how around the exact same time that Paul Blart came out.
What movie was that, by the way, the monkey? Do you know what it's called?
Zookeeper. The Zookeeper.
Oh, okay.
It's
been a while. That's a good one.
It's on the nose. The Zookeeper. Like the boxer, the Zookeeper. Mall cop. Paul Blart Mall cop.
They know their audience.
No, but around the same time that Paul Blart came out, it was right before Paul Blart came out. Right before Seth Rogen's movie.
Observe and Report.
Observe and Report.
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen, actually, I remember like watching an interview with him, and he said that Paul Blart was actually someone had gotten a hold of the script for Serve and Report and saw that they were going to be making like a big budget like mall cop movie, and so before that got released, they released a cheaper movie that would make even more money that had Kevin James in it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And then no one really talks about Observe and Report, but that was a pretty fucking funny movie.
I agree.
Like, you remember, like, I think it's like the first scene where, like, she's interviewing him and, like, she's asking him, like, so how'd you take this guy down? He's like, well, if you're gonna talk to me, like, address me in the right way. Address me in the right way, or I won't fucking do this. Like, this is fucking bullshit. And, like, it's the funniest scene.
Well,
like,
I think Observe and Report is that concept, but better. Because they really, it was funnier the way they did the mall cop thing.
Yeah. That's why Paul Blart, Mall Cop, is just a knockoff of Observe and Report.
But Paul Blart came out first. Right?
Technically, yeah, it came out first, but Observe and Report was written. It was written before.
Yeah.
It had been in the works a lot longer than Paul Blart.
That actually makes sense, because I was actually thinking that, as we were talking about Paul Blart, I was thinking about Observe and Report and how that was a knockoff of Paul Blart.
No, Observe and Report is the original.
Now that's trippy.
Yeah.
Because what you're telling me is that Observe and Report was written first.
Yes.
But Paul Blart ripped it off and then came out first.
Yeah, just to make more money.
To make it seem like they were first.
Yeah. Well,
because that's what I thought.
That's
what I thought, is that they came first.
Not to make it seem like it was first. I mean, that too. But, I mean, more so just to make more money because, I mean, this is the Mall Cop movie. Oh, now they're coming out with another Mall Cop movie. Like, but why would I see another one when I already saw this one?
Exactly. When it seems like they're copying.
Right.
Interesting. Have you seen both?
Yeah, I've seen both.
And you prefer Observe and Report?
I appreciate Paul Blart Mall Cop for what it is. But
I'm worried about what you're about to tell me.
I think Observe and Report is...
Oh, man.
It might be the better movie.
You said it.
I'm sorry.
You said it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't you know Paul Blart's the best movie of all time?
Ooh, that's pretty controversial considering...
That's not controversial.
Click exists.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
Because I forgot about the part where he's fat in the middle of the movie. Click. That's a pretty good part. And the part where his boss is frozen and he slaps him. Yeah, and he farts in his face. And then the boss gets unfrozen, then he goes, ooh.
And he gets the remote from a Bed Bath & Beyond.
From...
The Beyond.
No. Remember who it was?
Oh, who it was?
Christopher Walken.
Was it Christopher Walken?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Was it... Wait.
I think it's Christopher Walken at the back of a Bed Bath & Beyond that gives him the remote.
What's the guy's name with the eyes? With the eyes.
That's an interesting description.
Stop, you know who I'm talking about.
The eyes. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, I think he got...
That's all you had to say.
You were like, that's an interesting description. Steve Buscemi. You knew exactly who I was talking about.
I had to think about it for a second. But yeah, Steve Buscemi, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the eyes.
I thought he got it from Steve Buscemi.
Now, that might be right. My brain might have misremembered. Because honestly, I mean...
Was Steve Buscemi in Spy Kids? Or was...
Yeah.
Yeah, he was?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely,
okay, I thought I was
yes.
hallucinating that.
No,
he was.
He was in Spy Kids.
Okay.
Same thing with Machete. Machete was in Spy Kids, which is strange.
Yeah.
Because like I haven't seen the Machete movies, but they're rated R, and like if you watch them, it's like why? Like why is Machete in Spy Kids? Like for real, it's such a strange thing. There's Spy Kids is great. You can't bring that back. You can't bring that back. That's one of those things that I thought they should bring that back, and then I thought, wait a minute, no, they shouldn't.
You know what I thought they should have brought back, and then they did, and I regretted it?
Dora.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, I saw... Okay, so I haven't seen the movie, but I saw the video about it from Drew Gooden.
Oh, I have not seen the movie. I have not seen Drew Gooden's review. I've seen little bits of it, and I know I fucking hate it.
Bad. Where's Taylor Lautner for one?
Where's Shark Boy? Where's
Shark Boy? And also, listen. It wasn't that hard to get right. I mean, like, if we're bringing back Shark Boy and Lava Girl, is it really that hard? All you need is George Lopez. All you need is Taylor Lautner. You're Disney. And then they got the girl. They got the girl back. They just didn't get everything else.
Did they get what's his name, Max? They got Max back?
I don't think so. And the whole movie is just about the Shark Boy and Lava Girl are adults and now they have kids. Or the show. That's what it's about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do they keep making shows like that? Wasn't that just like Girl Meets World? Like, wasn't that just a show?
It's like they don't have any good ideas. That's literally it. It's like we don't have any good ideas. We know what worked, so let's just do what worked rather than make something.
It's like when they make like the fucking Friday the 13th again. The remake of Friday the 13th, like just over and over again. Like, they just keep remaking the same movie, like Nightmare on Elm Street. They do that with horror movies, and that shit's so annoying.
It's okay if you do it right. Like, the last podcast I had with Jay Stats, he was telling me about how he liked the Rob Zombie Halloween movies that were newer because they were different.
Those aren't remakes, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
No, what I'm saying.
The reimaginings.
No, the Halloween movies is a series. That's
Is that a continuation, though?
It's a continuation. It's a series.
Oh. No, I'm talking about the new ones. I thought that was a remake.
No.
H1, H2, H3? Whatever they called? H1 and H2.
Oh, maybe there was remakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I know Rob Zombie did, like, I think it was, like, Halloween 4 or some shit like that. I know he directed that, and, like, that was, like, the worst Halloween movie.
I don't think that was him. You're talking about The Spirit of the Witch.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was Rob Zombie.
I don't think that was. That's an older movie.
Listen, I love Rob Zombie's directing, but I know he directed one of the Halloween movies. It was one of the sequels. It was when he goes back to like find his mother, or like some girl like he didn't kill, like one of the victims in like the first movies. It's like something like that, but it's directed by Rob Zombie, and I remember going to see it at the drive-in with. I remember all of us going to the drive-in to go see the new Halloween movie. I remember it being directed by Rob Zombie. I remember how bad it was.
I'm pretty sure that one didn't have...
But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just know it didn't have Mike Myers in it as much, the fourth one. The Season of the Witch one. Because that's why everybody didn't like it. It was like, why did we come to see Halloween? And then there's like barely any Mike Myers. It's like, what are we doing? This is not what I paid for. It's just bad when movies do that in general. I mean, man, it's so weird just when movies become franchises, especially classics like that. Because, I mean, like, it's just so, it's like when we get a good movie and then we're like, all right, let's milk this cow. Let's milk this cow. Like, I think that's what's happening to Marvel. I think Marvel used to be a lot better. And now it's just slowly kind of fading into like, okay.
Well, that's what every horror movie has become. Like
I just saw they released a new trailer for the next Conjuring. Another one.
Like, the original Conjuring really isn't that bad. Yeah. I'm going to be real with you. Like, half of the Insidious movies are good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Insidious. That's the new one. That's what I was talking about.
It's Insidious? I know. Yeah. I thought it was... I know there's another Conjuring movie coming out.
I might be mixing them up. That goes to show how similar these movies get.
I know the original... I know Conjuring, the first Conjuring, and the first Insidious were directed by the same guy. I think it was James Wong.
I didn't know that.
I think it's that guy. I think he also...
The first Insidious was good.
But I think he also directed Saw. The first Saw, if you didn't know that.
The first Saw is also very good.
Yeah.
Now the Saw movies are absolutely garbage. But, I mean, the first ones were good.
Yeah, but that was all directed by the same guy. But he's really good at making horror movies. But
what a shame.
No, but like after like the media brands, whatever franchises get to it, like I remember James Wong left, and like I know the newer Insidious movies are directed by someone else, and they're just like the last one that came out.
They're trash.
Yeah, like the last one that came out, like The Last Key, like it's all just. Like all horror movies nowadays, it's just jump scares and it's just bullshit. Like that's not even like it's not scary. I think like Get Out, like that movie, like there's a lot of jump scares in it, but it's like actual jump scares.
They're earned.
Like it's earned. Yeah, it's earned. But it's also just a genuinely scary story.
Yeah. Well, and it's about more than like the reason I think Get Out is so good is because you can tell it's ultimately about something greater than what it is presenting itself as. I think that's what the best art is. I mean, you shouldn't just be something that can be taken at face value. It's like, has David Lynch taught you guys nothing? Like, I mean, that's what I get from that. It's like, did you guys understand anything from any of that? Because, like, he is the master of horror or even just that type of film in my eyes. Like, the truly scary thing is the unknown. That is the truly scary thing.
I have talked to you about Junji Ito.
But that's similar, though. I think that is similar. Like, Junji Ito is scary because it is something that is not meant to be explained.
Well, I wouldn't Okay, Junji Ito, a lot of his stories are that way.
Yeah.
Because it deals with cosmic horror.
Yeah.
Like things like Cthulhu, like coming from like the fucking other side of the universe.
But like
It's
body
just
horror too.
body horror too.
Yeah.
That's also something he does. But like cosmic horror, like specifically in Hellstar Remina is one of his stories, which is it's like this planet, like a scientist or whatever fucking guy studies astrologist. He discovers a new planet and he names it after his daughter Remina, and basically like the planet like people can see, they observe the planet Remina eating another planet. Like they watch it consume another planet in our solar system, and then it keeps moving closer and closer, and people realize it's going to eat Earth, and they don't know what to do other than, who do we blame for this other than Remina? Like, other than the person it's named after. And so the entire story is just them chasing after Remina and hunting her down and just trying to sacrifice her so this thing doesn't eat our world. Like, it's the cosmic horror. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, how would you feel? Like, you can't prevent this giant fucking planet from consuming our planet. Like, how do you deal? Do you sacrifice this girl? Like, in hopes that pleases the other planet? Like, what the fuck do you do? It's the cosmic horror.
Yeah. Well, it's also an observation of humanity.
Yes, and coming from if you're looking at it from Remina's perspective, then it's also psychological horror.
Yeah,
she's going through that torture of just being chased down and hunted for nothing other than having the same name, having a planet named after her. That's the only reason she's getting hunted. It's fucked.
That is pretty fucked.
I love Junji Ito. And I should say, when I say like horror movies are bad nowadays, I feel like that more so it's Western horror movies.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm not too familiar with Japanese horror, so I wouldn't even speak on that.
No.
I think Japanese horror is a whole other animal, at least from what I've seen, and I think that generally it's like a cultural thing too. I think Japanese horror it focuses in different types of things.
Yeah.
Like it is something like that. It's like a cosmic thing.
Yeah. Oh, another, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but another Junji Ito story. It's actually getting turned into an anime recently, quite soon actually. It's Uzumaki, which is a story about a town just being infested by spirals.
Oh, that was the one you showed me the trailer for.
Yeah. And that's in the anime for it's supposed to be coming out soon. But that's what the horror is just a spiral. That's what's infesting this town. That's what's killing people. That's what's making people go insane. Is just a spiral. And I think that's such an interesting concept. And like what he does with that is just so good.
Yeah, and it's interesting that because it's like what you're saying, it's cosmic horror. It's like he's taking an idea, or it's similar to David Lynch, where he's taking an idea that's abstract.
Yeah, it's something you can't comprehend.
Yeah, well, because I like things like that because it allows for so much more interpretation.
Yes.
Than if you were to just straight up tell me what the scary thing is.
Yeah.
Like Insidious. Like if we just spend one movie where we don't learn much and it's just scary, but then we start doing sequels and now we're explaining everything. It's like there was something there about the mysteriousness and the unknown. Like you don't have to explain everything.
Yeah.
Did you see Midsommar?
Yes, I did. That was a very good movie.
And that movie does that very well, where the whole movie just feels very mysterious in a way. Yeah. It's like something is just off here. Yeah. And it's in a very wrong way. Like, it's, like, not even, like, a satisfying way where it's like, yeah, something's just wrong. Like, this is horror. It's like, ugh, it made me feel kind of gross. Yeah. I don't like this feeling. Yeah. And I think that's the kind of horror I enjoy. Because it's like, it's making me, as an audience, it's challenging me. Same thing with that Spirals thing. It's like, you can't even properly conceptualize what is happening. Like, your brain can't do it, and it's only possible in something like manga or anime to have a story like that. You can't do that with live action. So that's another interesting part, is like it's taking the art form and utilizing it in such a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Junji Ito is a master of, is utilizing the manga panel and the page turn and all that shit.
He's a really good line artist, too. Like he's crazy good.
He's amazing. He's an amazing illustrator. He's a great storyteller. I don't know. I love everything he does. I want to...
Where's that tattoo? Do you not have a tattoo? Yeah, there it is. That camera's the one that's on, if you want to show him right there. Boom, boom, boom. We got a Junji Ito Tomy tat, baby. We got Tomy tats. Yeah. Tomy's scary, by the way. Beau, Savannah, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, ew.
Beau. Who's Savannah? That's a desert. That's a desert. Is it? Is it water?
A plain?
River?
It's a plain. It's like a plains.
It's someplace somewhere. I don't even know why I said that. But anyway, we got on the arm here. We got a Junji Ito tattoo. It's crazy. It's crazy. But what I must say about this tattoo is what you're saying. Tomy?
Yeah, it's
This
Tomy.
lady scares me. All right? Beau had this lady on the computer background, on the PC background. And they would go. She would go back. She'd go off the YouTube video. She'd go back to the PC background and say, "Get that scary bitch away from me. She is scary." And I tell Beau this. I tell Beau, Tomy is scary. And there's a photo of Tomy where she's sitting in a chair. And at first I thought, that's a little spooky. But then I looked a little closer. Photo is near symmetrical, man. It's weird, okay? Tomy's scary, man. You think Tomy's cursed, man. And you think she's cool? Wait till she rips her face off.
Oh, see, but Tommy wouldn't rip her face off. Tommy would, like, make you crazy, so then you would rip her face off.
You hear what she's saying?
Yeah. Anyway.
This is not a normal woman.
No.
Dude, she scares me.
Yeah.
I see pictures of this woman, I go, no.
It's kind of weird that you were more scared of Tomy than you were of my lock screen, which was like the actual fucking monster next door.
No, because it's the impending doom that scares me. It's like it's like she's just staring at me, and I'm like, I could go talk to her. But then I talk to her, and she makes me rip her face off.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, what kind of mind games are we playing here? I thought the worst thing you could do was emotionally manipulate me. But instead, you make me murder you. Like, what is happening?
What the fuck is this?
Tomy is a cosmic horror. And Tomy is a cosmic horror. There is something... Oh, man.
Actually, yeah, Tomy is a cosmic horror. Tomy gets murdered over and over and over again, and she just keeps coming back. So is Tomy really human? Actually, it's confirmed that Tomy regenerates like a fucking starfish.
You hear what she's saying here? You hear what she's saying, guys? You hear what she's saying, and you know that Tomy is not to be trusted.
In the first, like, chapter of Tomy, like the first time she ever gets murdered, she's chopped up into 26 different pieces. And therefore, if we can assume that Tomy regenerates like a starfish, and each of those pieces would create a new Tomy, therefore, there's like 26 Tomys just at the beginning. And then those other Tomys, they gotta, like... They probably had another person cut them up at some point, so that probably made another 26 Tomys. So at some point, the world could get infested with Tomys. That's a lot of scary bitches.
It's a lot of scary bitches. Have fun with your nightmares tonight, guys. There's only 100 million Tomys out there just trying to find you so they can make you rip their face off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way to end this podcast. I think that's the final message right there is look out for Tomy, because she's coming. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? Junji was just the messenger.
Yeah.
Okay? Tomy's already there. Tomy's scary, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think you understand. Like, there's something about that woman. I see her face, I just go, no, cursed. Like I don't like other Junji Ito stuff where it's just scary. It's just like spooky wooky, like, you know, a little bit of gory worry. I'm like, okay, I get it, spooky. But then I see Tomy just sitting there staring at me with those freaking eyes in that symmetrical photo, and I go, no. Like, there's something about that. It's like, no, like that is like a Ouija board. Like, get that away. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of spiritual horror. It's like, like that's horror. That's cursed right there. Like, you put that next to me, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with cancer. I don't know what it is. can't explain it.
Bitch is cursed.
She's cursed. Keep her away from me. I think it speaks to something. Maybe it's something about me that I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe there's something in here. Maybe Junji got me. Maybe he got me good. He hit me with that 1, 2. Stab me in my gut and twisted the blade. That Junji Ito. I'm freaked out by you, man. Seriously. And when that dude in interviews, it's like, what are you saying, bro? Remember that video we watched? Where they were like talking about Junji Ito explaining his art, and it was like, what? And they're like, what? Do you remember that? Remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, no.
I feel like we watched a video where it was like Junji Ito explaining, and it was like not explaining at all.
Oh, no, it was just like him drawing.
Yeah, and even then, the drawing's like crazy. Like, he's so good. Like, I mean, I respect line artists because that is a whole art in itself. Like,
and he's doing that shit just like with straight up ink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even like that's and no erasing.
No erasing. That's,
no whiteout.
I mean, well, like you draw like the base sketch out and shit first, but like when you go in to do that like final drawing, like that's just going straight in with ink, and like if you fuck up, like you fuck up.
No back. What's the word? No
backsies.
No backsies. No take backs.
No takey back. Takey back.
No takey backsies. And with that, we close the podcast. Beau, is there anything that you'd like to say to the people before we go? Honestly, we went way longer than I thought we would. We went a whole 2.5 hours.
Yeah, dog, I'm so fucking tired.
Let's go. So, you got anything you want to say to the folks before you go? You got any recommendations? I mean, we recommend a couple things along the way here.
Be kind to strangers. Take care of the earth. Don't be scared of dying. Serve and Report is better than Paul Blart. Tusk by Kevin Smith is actually a pretty good movie. You should actually watch it. So is Solar
Shout out JD. What was the second one you said?
Shout out Justin Roiland.
What was the second one you said?
Solar Opposites.
And that was the show.
Shout out Justin Roiland. Fuck yeah.
Shout out Justin Roiland. Shout out Kevin Smith. Shout out Kevin James. Shout out Johnny Depp.
Kevin Hart. Don't forget about my man.
Shout out Kevin Hart. I was about to say triple K. I can't say that. I can't say that. We said 3 K names. We said 3 Kevins. Okay, I can't talk. I can't say words.
We need to talk about Kevin.
We need to talk. Which is another good movie that I started to watch on some website, and I was like, I can't watch this in 240p. I missed it on Netflix. Because wasn't it on Netflix for a while?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's either on Hulu or on Amazon Prime Video.
Because that's got that Ezra
Miller.
Yeah.
And Tilda
John
Swinton.
C. Reilly and
Tilda Swinton.
The guy from The Flash. Tilda Swinton. Or no, Tilda Swinton's Ezra.
She's the mother.
I'm sorry, Ezra's the guy I was thinking of. He's the Flash.
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Tilda Swinton's the mom.
Yeah, and then John C. Reilly's the dad.
Yeah, and I really got to see that.
That's a really good movie.
We need to talk about Kevin. Yeah, I need to see that movie. I saw like the first 2 minutes and I was like, okay, this is a ritual, but I can barely tell what's going on because it's 240p. So, literally it was like red pixels. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I was seeing. So I was like, okay, I can't handle this. But anyways, you heard her. Go watch all those things. Go enjoy all those things. Please be nice to people. And one thing she left out, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink your water. What's that? What are you showing?
My hand says water.
Hand says water. Put that right up in front of the camera. Water. Chocolate. Thank you guys so much for being here. Ruse Radio. Clocking out.